three.
Jump with me, with us, with me, oh, with me, King, such fun. Jump with me, with us, with me, jump, oh, with me, me.
Great big hit, play like you're on. Great big hit, play music and good times. Great big hit, play like you're on. Great big hit, play music each day.
Jump with me, with us, with me, oh, with me, King, such fun. With me, one with us, with me, jump, oh, with me.
Play like you're on. Play music each day is a dub. It's just to play like you're on. Just to play music each day. Useful and fun. I think we got it. When green, my song. Dee-dee-doo. Doo-doo. Big bird, just.
Great time on Sesame Street.
Carried also. Pepper wonder. Two and two.
P-O-G.
This bird. Play. This bird. This bird. Play. Music each day is a dub. It's this bird. Play. This bird. This bird. Play. Music each day is a dub. It's
Great time on Sesame Street. 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 Great time on Sesame
What do you think?
well, it's not the kind of music that all.
Hello, everyone. I was like, still my stuff's still off. Anyway, hello, everyone, and welcome to another DaraChat. My name is Dara Moves, or Dara for short, because some people like, that Dara Mouth guy, he's crazy. Like, no, that's wrong on both accounts. You got the name wrong, and you got the other stuff wrong. So don't even try with me. It's hard, man. It is real hard. It's like they're not a senior and they're not a child. It's like, come on, guys. We all know the English language. What's coming on there? But anyway, I'm joined by the man they call Thomas, or HellKatMavrick, which I'm weirdly interested in how you came up with that one.
Well, I appreciate you inviting me on. Sorry it took a
Oh,
bit.
yeah, you're all right.
Yeah, I try to handle a lot of things going on here at my house because I live in Vegas. So,
Oof.
no, I got the name because of a good friend of mine that I grew up with. He's no longer here. He was murdered, but we served together, grew up together, and he used to call me Maverick. And my favorite car is really I like the Camaro, but I like the Hellcat Dodge Challengers.
Yeah.
So the Chargers edition. So kind of put two and two together because I used to drive a lot of Dodges.
Yeah.
So back when I was living in LA, spending recklessly when I had money.
Mm,
So I was renting cars. So I was always renting Dodges all the time. So
nice.
yeah. But
I've seen now. I got an opportunity a long time ago to drive one, but um, I only did it once, and this is a two-seater. It was a two-door. Sorry, it's a
mhm.
two-door, and it was like a magenta color or red color. And boy, that sitting in that kind of car. Well, it was a nice looking one inside too, because some people have them like a leather or something like that. And boy, that car was nice. I'm just saying it is a nice looking car on the interior. I felt like doing it like, Ferris Bueller, but then I was like, I need my job, so I'm not gonna do that. But yeah. Yeah, it's pretty insane. But I mean, no, that's pretty awesome though, because I mean they're very sportsy type cars.
Yeah, they are. They are. When I had it, I was a little bit younger, but I rented one and I went to the Sons of Anarchy location where they had a chase going down this little stretch in Glendale where they filmed where the motorcycle and them and he's trying to jump in with the guy from New York NYPD Blue. They call
Mhm.
him Neobo. If it's like season 8 or 9 of Sons of Anarchy, but
Wow.
yeah, I met a lot of the cast out there. Veteran I know out here, he was in it. I met
Oh,
Emilio Riviera. He
nice.
saw me. I stopped with him. I didn't know he was a Marine until I recently talked to him when he was
Wow.
out. He was at a restaurant and he came out. I was like, "Oh, I don't want to bother you. I was just waving hello." And he's like, "No, no, let's take a picture. I see you're a vet. You came from over at the Veterans
Yeah.
Village that had just opened." He's like, "Let's take a picture and everything." And then I had some rings, but I gave it to a good singer friend of mine here in Vegas, Sober Junkie. But they said the son's ring, like what's his name wears Jacks. But
Mhm.
the yeah, those cars get up and go. I took it down that stretch just for a little bit, put it in track mode, and I let it go. I was like, "Whoa!" My wife was like, "Oh my god, that!" Oh man, I always wanted to test out a Hemi in that day. Hello.
Yeah, hey Wendy. Good to have a good night, Wendy. No, but yeah, that sounds cause I've gotten to drive a few other cars. There was one time I didn't get to go in it, but I did see like the place I worked at had like a Challenger.
Yeah.
If you know what a Challenger, but I didn't get to go inside it. Someone else got to go in. It's like, ugh. Um, but yeah, there's some really nice cars out there. I did get to drive along in a Mustang though. I get to drive along in a Mustang though, and that was a family friend. I can't remember where he got it from either. It was he was a I don't remember what year he said, but it was a white Mustang. Um, but yeah, those are muscle car sounding cars. Like you
Oh
could
yeah.
literally hear it.
Like
It's
Dodge is coming back to NASCAR, and they had a bunch of cars out there. They had the new Dodge Charger out there. Way totally different body, all new, like and they took the electric engine out of it and dropped a V8 in it. I don't know what type of V8 it was or if that was an electric, but
right.
the new Charger looks like the '70s Charger.
Wow.
Yeah, they had it out there. I got it on my vlog from the race I was at from yesterday, so when I get it all together. But I
Nice.
was like, "What?" And they were like, "No, everybody get in the cars, sit in them. We encourage you to get in them."
Mm.
Yeah. I just don't like the big displays in the trucks. Like the infotainment displays now is like a big screen this big.
Yeah, it would probably looks like the what they have for Tesla, because like a Tesla car, they have like this big tablet thing. You
Yes.
and you just like, am I gonna play Tetris with this? I mean, it worked, but I don't want to do while I drive. Well, the
Yeah,
car
and then
may
they
be
got the big dashboard that goes this way that attaches to it, and it's like, what am I driving? Kit here?
done it, done it, done it, done it.
Yeah.
Done it. But no, yeah, it's I mean, for me with cars, you always see those futuristic ones, like the future concept ones, but they never sell those. They never do. And it's just like you see, like there was like a BMW one I saw was like freaking awesome, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh, it's never gonna be sold out there. It's like, what is this? It's like it's futuristic right there. Don't you want to sell that? This one oh, what was I don't know if it was a BMW or not, was done by BMW, but it was like it had like these little weird things in the back that would have RGB colors, right? And then
Mhm.
the doors were weird and all this stuff. I think the
Is this the
only
newest one here recently, like the last 2 or 3 years?
I am not sure. This it was just a video I saw of someone like not driving it, but they kind of showcased it.
Did the front end, like, look really big and huge?
Yeah, yeah, and the
Yes.
seats look very
Oh,
spacey.
ugly. I seen them because they bring them to Vegas, so they always bring the new cars all the time to Vegas, and they
Really?
brought that. They brought a whole fleet of them out here, and they were driving people back and forth, letting them ride, and then they did, like, a little video, I guess, with some, TV people, but, the front ends of them just looked ugly. It looked
Wow.
really ugly. Like, I know what you mean. It didn't look right with the lights on the back. It looked
Mm.
futuristic. They also had the one that I know what you're talking about, the other one that looked, beforehand it looked like it had wheels, but the wheels weren't moving. It looked like they were
Yeah,
ball
yeah.
cylinders. Yeah, that went down the strip. I seen that. I was baked out of my mind when I saw that. I was like, What's going on here? What's going on?" But it was
Yeah.
really cool. Silent.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't hear it come up on me. Somebody pointed it out that they were doing it.
See, now there was something I saw a long time ago. This is on YouTube. There was a video of this like I don't know who made the tire. I think it was like Goodyear, but they made this round tire. And it was sort
Yes.
of like a sapphire tire. I don't know if it was a showcasing of some sort, but it was just so long ago because it was sort of taken off. Like if you ever saw the movie I Robot, they
Yeah.
had those vehicles where it was just this whole wheel and you could
Yeah,
just go
I've seen
side
them.
to side.
I've seen them
Um,
on vehicles. They've actually showcased them in like some of the magazines. Like if you go to dealerships like Dodge and stuff, they have this thing like Mopar magazine and it's free. You can go in and grab one every month or every 2 or 3 months.
mhm,
And it's really nice and it shows like futuristic cars that they've actually built. And I've seen those spare tires like you said, but I've
mhm.
seen those mostly on like military vehicles. Like the military's been really wanting to test them out in the last couple of years.
Wow, interesting.
Yeah.
Oh, that would I mean, in the sense that that kinda makes sense
Mhm.
because then your car could go sideways.
Yeah.
Hey, big shout
That's
for
my
you.
buddy. That's my
Nice.
buddy in the UK. That's my buddy, Boycott.
Nice. I know a few people from the UK myself too, that's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
It's late for them, but it's pretty
yeah.
awesome.
He's an announcer for, he does announces broadcasting racing for GT7.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice. See, now I watched the Ford Ferrari movie, right? Where that
I
was the
love that
blonde.
movie.
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Oh, man.
Yeah. It was kinda
Inaccurate in one part, though. Inaccurate in one part.
what part was that?
They used Automotive Club Speedway and painted Daytona, USA on it. I feel that they should have taken the cars to Daytona and they should have shot the angles. Where we have the technology, you could have incorporated it in and I wouldn't have cared about it being like CG'd in. I just
Yeah.
felt like they really did a disservice to them and it just that bit. That's the only bit I ever had wrong with that movie. That movie was
Yeah.
fuego.
Yeah, especially with, Christian Bale playing Ken, that was pretty awesome. And I didn't know anything about that. I mean, I kinda knew a bit of, like, there's Ford and then there's Ferrari, but never just smoking a blunt. Alright, he's really relaxing now.
Yeah.
But no, I and then, of course, the new one that came out with Brad Pitt in it, the, F1
I haven't seen
movie.
that one yet. I
Oh,
haven't
you
seen I
haven't
knew
seen
that
it?
they shot some at the Vegas race last year.
Really? Oh, that's right. Oh my gosh, yeah, because there's a scene of that.
He's like
Um,
I think he's, like, hurt or something, I don't know.
yeah. Yeah,
I
no,
think they shot that here or they shot it somewhere, I don't know, but
yeah, I think so because it was, um yeah, I think it was either that yeah,
it
it
was
was a
that
while
scene or it was another scene, that's all I know, but I know they shot some scenes here, so
uh
it's in the movie. I haven't seen it yet. I gotta go watch it pirated, but the last time I tried to watch it, it was in, like, 360p, and I was like, "Oh, no."
No, that's old school, right? Do when you're watching stuff in 240 or 360, it's
Yeah.
like, "Wow, man, it feels so old."
A
'Cause, like
camcorder puts out better quality than that.
oh, yeah. Or I remember when they first, um I think it was, like, early 2000 when they started first introducing HD, and that was, like, the big thing, right? 720. 720 was the new thing. It's like,
Mhm.
"Oh, wow, that looks a lot crisper and clearer." Now we're up to almost like 4K, and it's like, "Wow, that looks old."
Yeah,
Oh my goodness, that
yeah.
is hilarious. But then there was that game movie called the Gran Turismo one. I know they did a Gran Turismo, which is obviously based off a game, but they are really very detailed about the cars and stuff and all that.
That was a
Ford,
true story. That's a true story.
yep, yep,
That
and
Gran Turismo is actually that's a true story, actually.
yeah.
Eh
Oh
eh
yeah,
eh yeah. That scene, people think, "Oh, that was just like, whatever." No, they really wanted to recreate the scene of the actual car and at that moment, what it actually did in the real race where it actually flipped.
yep.
Aerodynamics, man, when you're going fast.
Wow,
That's
yeah.
yeah.
That was so quick too, cause it was like at first it's like, "Wait a second, why is it lifting off the ground? Oh, that's not good." Like,
Mhm.
I don't know if this is gonna turn out well, but no, the funny thing is that the actual driver, that this is based on actually did some, stunt drives for the actor, which I thought was pretty neat because,
Yeah.
when you get to actually see him, he's like it's pretty interesting how a video game that's trying to be realistic as possible with vehicles suddenly became the thing that led someone to actual racing, which is just that weird thing, right? It's a
Mhm.
very weird thing. You wouldn't think it, but it's like you have different race car ones out there, especially if you go like to an arcade place, right? Yeah, and all those car
Yep.
ones. Um, I know there's like a driving simulator. It's not it's not that a previous one, but it's like a driving simulator. I know I've seen other people do it. It's just I can't remember what it was called.
Initial D, is it Japanese Initial D where you gotta put it in and it gives you a card and you can go through levels? Because I
Oh
know they put
no,
those are very popular in arcades.
really? Oh, I
Yeah,
didn't know that.
yeah.
No, it was a driving sim. I've seen some people drive. They actually do it on Rumble, where they're driving just like it almost looks like it's Gran Turismo, but it's not. And I'm not sure what it's called because I've seen people drive it. So
Besides
I'll
what
have to
I
look.
do, iRacing could be a
I think that could be. I think it might be iRacing because it looks similar to I guess the tracks and stuff. Like you have all these
yeah,
different
there's
tracks.
iRacing, then there's ACC,
Mhm.
and then there's also like BeamNG, but BeamNG's physics and Steam game
That's right.
based. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
but yeah,
Those are always the fun ones, right? Because I've seen people make like these videos and they post it on X, and they're like, "This is what the bus would look like at 50 miles per hour." It's like, but
yeah, it's
that's
BeamNG, and it's like what in the world?
and he says
Yeah,
he says ACC.
yeah.
Oh goodness.
Hasta corsa competition.
Mais
Yeah.
oui.
You
Uh,
never you never see, Gran Turismo on Rumble or anything, and I
mm,
think it's just because Gran Turismo kinda died out with their newest edition. They just like
really?
Forza, but
Forza?
motorsports is making a big comeback big time right now, like, they're making a huge comeback. Like, I know
Mm,
movie-wise I know Days of Thunder 2 is coming.
oh, nice. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I know people like the more NASCAR. I know there's something that's good. It's not called NASCAR, but it's sort of like the lower end of things. I don't know what to call like ARA or what was that?
ARCA.
ARCA, that's right, ARCA. Because then, funny enough, I found out that actually Frankie Muniz actually does that stuff. I'm
Yeah,
like,
he's in the truck series. Yeah, he is.
I'm just like, I never knew that because actor and all this stuff, and all that. But then I found out because there's a content creator I follow who does ARCA, but to find out that Frankie Muniz is actually racing
You
those things.
talking about Cletus McFarlane. Hell yeah, brother. That's gotta be the content creator you're talking about because he does ARCA as well.
No, this one's called Camelot. This one's called Camelot.
Oh,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
know who
he's
you're talking about.
yeah, he's actually race. He actually races in those things.
You talking about
Um,
Cody Dennison?
yeah, Cody Dennison. Yeah, that's his name.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um,
Alabama boy racing in the ARCA.
I tell everybody to wreck him on the game. It's no disrespect to him. It's just what he said was
Yeah.
weird. You should have never told anybody that fantasy or whatever you watch because you
Oh,
really just ruined your. He's not any longer allowed in NASCAR anymore. He's
really?
Yes, he got kicked out because officials got known he lost his ride and his sponsorship because he made comments to the effect of that he likes to, jerk off to anime porn that
Mm,
basically essentializes the rape of 13 to 14-year-olds.
mm,
And he said it on a podcast show,
mm.
but we didn't know if he was just joking or not, but it got spread out, and when it did, the team got a
Yeah,
hold of it. So when NASCAR hears something like that, it's an immediate
yeah.
boot
It
to the door.
yeah,
Like
pretty
like
much. Yeah,
yeah, I feel like certain knowledge of things of what you do should if you're into weird stuff, don't tell people that, especially when you're on a podcast knowing that it's gonna go out,
yeah.
because you basically ruined your career.
Mm,
And I've dealt with people like that in the YouTube industry that I've known,
mm,
like one person with his bail enforcement stuff in Iowa, and he got
mm.
charged because he went too far with it. Now I
Yeah,
forgive the guy, he's not out here doing weird shit to kids, but what he said, that was just like, whoa, no, 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 and he
yeah. I was
laughed
gonna.
about it, but he didn't he defended it in a sense, and it's like, brother, you should have just said, I should have never said this. I was out of my mind. I'm
Yeah.
so sorry because in the end, you got ruined.
Mm,
That's just like the Let's Go Brandon guy, Brandon Brown. I raced with him in the NASCAR series. that I'm
Really?
in on iRacing. Yes, he doesn't come around because NASCAR because of the "Let's Go Brandon" chant at Dega when he won. They really
Really?
shun upon him. Yeah, like he doesn't
Wow.
get rides because of the whole political mess out of that. Because
Oh,
at Chanda, fuck Joe Biden. Yeah,
yeah. Well,
yeah.
the current president has been at a NASCAR race before, at least one of them. So I don't
Trump's
know.
been to many.
Yeah, that's kind of a weird thing, especially since "Let's Go Brandon" was sort of like a bit of an anthem for a bit, right?
Yeah.
Let's go, Brandon. That sort of stuff.
Yeah,
Um,
well, they weren't saying that the day on TV, and they asked him, they're like, "Yeah, what are they saying? Let's go, Brandon." And he's like, they're saying, "Fuck Joe Biden." He's like, he just didn't say anything. He's like, "Yeah, the race was great, and everything else." And then
yeah.
he tried to get a new ride, and there was this Brandon coin. Let's
Uh,
go, Brandon coin, and then it
mm,
it was I guess a dump failure, and NASCAR whoop, pulled the sponsorship, told him, "Nope, you're not doing this. You're not bringing the car in. Nope, nope, nope." Yeah, like he kind of got ruined, but he's a great guy,
yeah.
good racer, but politics has ruined a lot of stuff.
Yeah. No, I can see that. It's funny enough because I have a
Yeah.
family member who works for the
Mm,
Indy 500 arena, the
mhm,
stadium itself, because he knows the guy there and stuff.
mm.
So it's always interesting to hear his stories because he gets to drive around the big. I don't know if it's the safety car or what they call it. Um,
Pace car.
Pace car, yeah, that's right.
Mhm.
But yeah, it's sort of interesting because I mean, what you got? You got the Daytona. You've got what's the one in Florida?
Oh, you got
The
Daytona, Homestead down in
Homestead.
Florida. Yeah,
Okay,
those are the tracks right now. That's coming back as the championship track next year.
nice.
Daytona's their big one. That's their Super Bowl. February 1st, Daytona 500.
Daytona
Uh,
500.
yeah,
Yep,
yeah, that's how. Then it's like their crown jewel races. Then they goes on to the Coke and Memorial Day weekend and
nice.
other certain ones. That are like endurance races in some sense. Coke 600 used to take over 4 hours.
Wow,
Yeah.
gosh dang, that's
600 miles.
what.
600 miles on a 1.5 mile track, yeah.
Wow, well, it's a lot better than what they were doing for like the Ford and Ferrari one, but still, that's a long time to be sitting down.
It is, man. It's endurance, those cars have you gotta think about it. The sport has gone from guys working and actually hand building these cars to
Yeah,
now it's a kit car, and
yeah, yeah,
it's still racing, I love it. And they're finally starting to ease up and starting to come back to their roots again, like they say, but,
yeah,
um it's nothing like 4 versus 4. Like, back in the day, that was manpower, that was skill. That
yeah.
was you being one with the car. You
Mm.
don't have that anymore, man, besides in some racing. Hell, even Formula 1. Formula 1 is so rigged. It's like,
Really?
yeah, if you listen about it, team orders, slow down, let your other teammate win, get around, it sucks.
Sounds like what the Super Bowl is. It's just all rigged.
Yeah, that's right. You believe that theory?
Well, it's mostly the funny thing about the Super Bowl is it's just mostly commercials. There's commercials, halftime, and then more commercials.
It's crazy? Being in Vegas for over 10 years, the people here in the locals say that, and they say it as well out there that the Vegas sports betting odds will tell you who's going to win the Super Bowl that year. Like
Wow.
yeah,
It's insane though. Like I'm like, because I mean, obviously, there are some things that get pulled, sort of like you've got boxing or whatever, but to the
yeah.
kind of like what the NASCAR, because I mean, you kind of have to wonder yourself like, what backroom deal did they do for this to be a thing? Because it just kind of ruins the sport, right? Like you were talking about model kit for the sport, and now they're just like, we'll just have them do a fall. It's okay.
Well, it's because they're trying to do cost reductions, but those cars went from some odd thousands of dollars to basically $250,000, basically 300 to 500K race cars. So
Wow.
you gotta imagine how many wrecked race cars Michael Jordan's had to deal with him and Denny Hamlin basically putting up front. Because Michael Jordan's also suing NASCAR right now in an antitrust lawsuit. So yeah,
Wow.
that's kind of opened up a can of worms. Because NASCAR basically told Jordan, "You ain't gonna sue us. You won't do it. You don't have the balls." And Jordan was like, "Oh, you put on my ball shorts. Come on." And he went and did it. But
He's
um,
go he's going for the three throw. Oh, it looks like he went for it. God dang it.
mhm,
Stinking Jordan. Um,
yeah,
but
but
no.
no, it's opened up a can of worms, but it's also exposed a lot of stuff.
Oh, I don't doubt it. It's sort of like with all the like the sports team, like what's the soccer team that's well known? Um See, or it's the football team over in the I think it's Pfizer or something like that. It's this sort of soccer team that the game everyone plays, right? Um, they've had issues too in the past, and all that stuff. So it does seem like
Uh,
most sporting events are just rigged, sort of to some degree, or there's something else going on behind the scenes. Like this doesn't make sense whatsoever.
it's money, man. But it's like if you remember, the guy sued the NFL. I don't know if you ever seen that, but a guy sued the NFL. And they went to court and they said in court that they were in a sport, they were in the entertainment business, so they could do whatever they want with a game at their discretion. They actually said it. You can look this up. So it's really crazy, but it's I never knew it until I actually looked it up and looked into it, but it's technically true. So if they want to basically throw a game the way they want, they can do it. And to
Hmm.
have the players also talk about it too, especially, I feel that there's rigging to a certain degree. Like
Yeah,
it's not in a lot of sports, you
yeah.
know. But that's the way things are nowadays. Money rules a lot of things. Same thing with like racing, basically daddy's money. It's not about skill and all that. It's basically about who brings the most money to the table will get you a ride.
Yeah, yeah, especially again, like you said earlier, with the cost of all the parts and stuff. Because like 300 to 500K, that's a lot of moolah. All right, that's
Yeah,
like I take a fifth of that just to
yeah.
have a good night's
Yeah,
sleep.
so you see where a team say, "Oh, the All-Star Winston Cup $1 million race, All-Star $1 million race, we win $1 million." You need to raise the prize money because that ain't worth nothing. $1 million, that's
Yeah.
not even worth my while coming here. Like Denny
Oh,
Hamlin has his own show, Detrimental Actions, and he
yeah.
talks about this. He co-owns a team with Michael Jordan, but he's talked about this very briefly on there several times.
Yeah, and the funny thing is, like, yeah, it's just amazing how far you go into it, and it does make question, like, I mean, even for NASCAR, right? Like, am I watching a game or am I just here to like, oh, they turned another corner sort of thing? Like, it's just, yeah, and it's just insane how far this goes. But like you said, it's like it's sort of, oh man, it's sort of like, just a bunch of people, just like they're throwing money at the car, but it's really just the big boys in the press box who, just take a handful of straws, and whoever gets the shortest straw loses, or whoever gets the shortest, longest
Well,
straw
with
wins.
NASCAR, it's really just, the bigger boys, they really duke it out with the lower end teams. You would have thought that everybody is on the equal level, but in a sense, they're really not,
Mm.
but then in the world of NASCAR, man, and the world of it is basically is if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. And these guys, hey, that's how it is, man. They race it out. But if you actually look at the history of it going all the way through, like
uh,
it went from race on Sunday, sell on Monday
uh,
to like going in the entertainment, the Hollywood side for a bit. It's like, all right, now let's back away. Now we're coming back. But now we're getting 750 horsepower at
mm,
1.5 below tracks, like short tracks. So like it's gonna make the racing interesting. Yeah,
yeah,
they made a different car, but they've also announced that teams are gonna start being able to make parts and stuff, hopefully again. So it'll
uh,
start going on the team. So, that innovation of allowing the teams to do,
mm,
tweak some things. I like the new car. I think it looks nice. I think it looks sexy in a sense, but you know, I wish there was a little bit more manufacturers, now I
yeah,
do, but I
yeah,
wish the horsepower would go up, but I also wish that there was more to the sport. It's not like it used to be anymore. A lot of sporting events aren't like they used to be anymore. We used to see back in the 90s, early 2000s, packs at football games, hockey games, even the town stuff.
yeah.
Now it's like you barely see anything anymore.
Well, it's just because it's come
Cost.
cost, right? Like a football stadium, right? Like the higher up you go, the more expensive it gets, and then you have all the concessionary stuff. Look, the concession stuff is great, but when it costs like $10 a pop for something, it's really not worth it anymore. Like,
$20 for like a burger, $20 for a hamburger and
no,
some fries. Man, no. Sorry, take that. Yeah, that's what I say to them. That's why I never buy stuff at the racetrack. And that's my other thing. Ever since COVID, they don't want to take cash. Is that a
Really?
law? Because technically, if somebody has cash, you're supposed to take it. And that's what it makes no sense to me. Everybody's going cashless now. Like it's
Yeah.
like they're trying to make cash obsolete, and it's like I don't want to use a card. I
Yeah.
don't.
Yeah. No, that's understandable. It's still usable cash, but I think with it being a private company and all, they get to dictate, okay, what they do or don't get accepted, and you get to
Yep.
say, well, F you, right?
Mm,
Um,
you
not
can,
not
man.
ex-
They could be
not
like, bye.
yeah, not exactly, because then you see those big security guards coming, like, okay, okay, all right, I'm gonna leave. I'm walking. Don't need to rough me up. We're all good here.
Yeah, 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 right. Yeah, but no, it's crazy. Like, and they got like these gourmet things. Like, I think the most expensive thing at the track was like 27 to 20 $30, and it was like it was like a food truck, and it was like some gourmet Asian bistro, and I
Oh
was like,
no.
no, no, 22. Like I seen like another place, $17, 17.89 for a hamburger, like a cheeseburger, and a cheeseburger was $21. A hamburger was 17. Turkey legs were like 24.
Oh,
I was like,
sometimes it
man,
sometimes
yeah.
they're good, but not worth it. Not like that. No.
People buy it though.
Oh
Bro, they sell beer. I kid you not. I took a 2 liter and a Sprite in
yeah,
here with me, cause when I leave at the house,
yeah,
so I had this for 3 days. But I took a whole 2 liter just Sprite with me to the race because I was like, I'm gonna drink that at the race for 3 or 4 hours
yeah.
because I'm not gonna sit there and pay for stuff. They don't even check your bags when you go through. You just walk through a metal detector. And you'll see it in my
Wow.
vlog. It's funny as hell. I think I videoed that, or maybe I didn't. I don't remember.
Right.
But no, I didn't. But I videoed behind it. But I was like, oh, they moved it back some more, so people can come through. But I don't. People bring drinks in too, man, through plastic because they're not paying for that.
Yeah.
And I don't blame them. But I've learned my lesson of just bring food and stuff it in the bag.
Yeah.
Because like Hawaiian, like some of the sponsors, like Cracker Barrel was out there. They're
Yeah.
trying to save face right now, so they're now at the NASCAR race, and so they were giving out like free food samples and all that, and all that.
Yeah.
And then the other people give away like tons of like Sweet Baby Ray's and all that. The company makes Sweet Baby Ray's, their
Ooh.
barbecue sauce. They give out tons of barbecue sauce bottles. Like, hey, take 3 or 4. Yeah, like I got a bunch of Dracor perfume and all that they dropped yesterday. Dude, they were giving kids like bagfuls, like 50 to 60. And I was like, man, all right, cool. They're like, take as many as you want. But that's the cool thing I like about it. But I
Yeah.
just go to get out on the outside to get the free food samples, and then I go into the race, and then I enjoy it because I'm like, all right, I ate something.
Yeah, that's pretty
Yeah,
awesome. That's pretty
yeah,
awesome, but still, it's like when you have a bunch of bottles of perfume, like, are you trying to do something?
yeah, yeah. No, they hand them out, and they're like these little trial bottles. Like I have one back here behind me, behind my screen stuff, because I have a big old room, 30 by 16. That's how big
Yeah.
this room is. But
Jeez.
yeah, so it's got 2 open doors to both bedrooms. So but the
Wow.
doors aren't on there because they're not fit right, so I have to
Right.
take them off. But the craziest thing about that race thing, bro, is that I'm not paying. Like I said, I'm not paying that money. I'm
Yep.
not paying $7 for $7 to $10 for a water bottle.
Uh,
A soda was like $3. That's the cheapest thing, and a hot dog I found was like 2.50.
wow.
But that's if you go inside the track and you go inside the inner concession stands and you find some old Presbyterian church that rents out one of those booths. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie, I've been thinking about maybe getting a booth and setting myself up to get some money. But then I
Nice.
was like, no, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, well, probably because you have to do all that paperwork and stuff, and yeah, it can be a mess.
Well,
I imagine.
oh, that, and then you get pizzas. Like here's a newspaper. So you get a pizza, like a personal pan pizza.
Oh,
So like I'm gonna. Oh my God, calm down. My son in his video games back to his teenager. But it's like this big, man. But it's like let me put it down. It's a personal pan pizza that's about this big. Okay,
uh,
this big, like one that you would get at like Kroger or your Smiths or your Food Line or whatever. It's like $1.
right.
They're selling it and people are buying it for $15
What?
from Papa John's. Yeah, while they're at the track, they got their own little. Yeah.
Stupid. It kind of goes to show, right? It kind of goes to show. It doesn't matter what it is.
Hmm.
Like it's the same thing they were talking about with all the like the Switch 2 stuff, right? And all the games that go with it. $80 a game. Oh my goodness, we're gonna buy that game. Oh, still buying the game.
Yeah, man, like money, money, money. Heck, going to Allegiant to not Allegiant, but to T-Mobile Arena for a hockey game. The food was cheaper there. Like I could get like burger and fries for $10, and I was like, okay, that's better.
That is a lot better. But
Yeah.
man, it is insane because I live in a college town, and
Hmm.
so the football, college football, all that stuff. But man, does it get expensive just going in there? It's just like, am I paying for a game, or am I paying for am I
Yeah, I
paying
know.
for a liver transplant?
When I
Goodness,
served in the military, I was at Fort Riley, Kansas, right outside of Manhattan, Kansas, so KSU. So I've been
it's
there, and I know how expensive it is at the games. I like how
wow,
some of the colleges now just basically make food and they give it away for free. They're doing
wow.
that now at colleges. Hopefully they institute that nationwide. If they do, I'll go to games. I'll purposely go there so you can just get as much as you want. Yeah, but I
There you
think that's
go.
better for them. I think that's better. I
Yeah.
think they could bring crowds back, but at the end, those quit doing it.
Yeah, and that's understandable. But I mean, like, so what branch then? Because you said it
Or
served
the
the
army.
army. Okay, I've talked to a few. I've talked to I've talked to a few Marines. All right, I've talked to a few, one or two. I think I talked to one, two Navy, one, two. Talked to another Army person as well, and then oh, I think I've talked to two. I think I've talked to 2 to 3 Air Force people. Talking
Mhm.
to a lot of different military people, which is kind of interesting, right? Because you
Mhm.
have some of them are retired, some of them are still in the system. But man, it is interesting because a big chunk of them I've talked to are gamers. I'm like, all right then, um,
Yeah.
because it reminds me of, I saw a video of this older gentleman, and I think they call him Gaming Grandpa, and he would just show the
Grandpa
video.
gaming. Yep.
Yeah, but gaming, yeah, and they show the video of, like, here he's so far away and he does like a sniper shot and just takes
Yeah.
out the person. And I'm just like, he's got those skills.
At first, I thought it was aimbot, and I was like, no, he's got it.
No, he's got the shot. He's just waiting for the moment. But that's pretty awesome that they can do that, because I've seen, it's been interesting to see kind of older people. But yeah, it's also interesting with this to kind of get that ability to talk to people. Although I've talked to people from the UK who served in the military.
Hmm.
I talked to a gentleman who served in I don't their armed forces. I don't know what not RAF. RAF is the Air Force, but it's like their
The
armed.
Royal Air Force. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Oh my goodness. Oh, it's dry.
don't 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 go to sleep yet.
No,
But
no, no, it was dry. No, no, not sleep.
yeah,
Why got dry for a minute? Cause it
uh,
got the back door open because it got that desert air blowing a bit.
yeah.
So yeah. But I
Oh
like the
yeah.
cool breeze. Yeah, it's a cool breeze right now.
Is it starting to cool down there for you in Las Vegas then?
It's like in
Wow,
the 80s right now, bro. It didn't get up to the 120s this year like I thought it was going to.
that was good. That's more like Death Valley kind of desert stuff right there, because I know it gets pretty hot there.
Yeah, man. UFOs are just directly this way in front of me.
Wow.
Yep.
Oh, that's crazy. But yeah, I've actually talked to a few content creators that live out there in Las Vegas. It's been pretty interesting as well. It's like, so that's where it's busy out there. Cuz I was talking to his husband and wife. They're sort of like indie underground musicians. I work with under indie ground musicians,
Hmm.
and they were telling me, like, stay away from Fremont. Don't go to Fremont and stuff like that. I was like, why is that? I guess it's
I'd
because of
say
what.
go, but it's the street performers. Don't let the girls hassle you. If they try to take a picture with you, they'll try to charge you $50 or whatever.
I have heard that actually. Well, one of my
Yeah.
my family
And
members
then
was
if
telling me
you
that.
don't pay them, they try to pretend like they call their person or whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard that. The
I tell them to kick rocks.
oh, I'm sorry. Did you want to get paid or not get paid? Get on my face.
It's like you set whatever tip you get. There's no set tip. Where does it say that?
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you're not like, and they get all mad about it. But oh well. The
yeah.
police have been and stuff have been regulating it as much lately. So
Wow. Yeah, because I know it gets. I've never been there myself, because it's just it's just too much to go, and nowadays it's just too much to go and doing anything in a different state.
it's cheap right now.
Oh
You can get
really?
round trip tickets for less than $100. I'm sure.
Oh yeah. Well, that brings up another thing too. I remember seeing they kept talking about how there was solo tourism and solo this stuff in Las Vegas. Like, well, I think it's just during that low season because it is summer and stuff. But is
When
it
Trump
just
came in, when Trump came into office, and everything with the Canadian government and all that happened, Vegas depends upon Canadian tourism.
really?
So the Vegas newspaper, the Las Vegas Review Journal, for the last couple months, I got a pile of the newspapers now because I've been reading it, but they've been investigating it here recently. I haven't seen it though, but I think it's because they stopped or whatever. But um, they investigated into oh my God, what were we just talking about? I just had a brain fart.
Mm.
What were we just talking about?
The Canada stuff.
Yes, Canada stuff. Okay, tourism.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was like, what?
Don't worry, you're
Uh,
back.
but the tourism basically dropped, and it dropped heavily for us. So when it did, Vegas saw a slump. There's not many people on the strip. Places that are like taco places that usually have lines going out the door at like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
Wow.
Nothing. They've dropped. I've seen rooms at the Sahara go for as low as $29.
What?
Yes, they've got deals going on right now, Vegas travel deals right now to come to Vegas from all around. I know that Spirit just declared bankruptcy.
Really?
Yes, they did. Spirit Airlines. But if you really look into it, man, you'll see that Canadian tourism really is Vegas depends upon that money from them because a lot of Canadians come to Vegas.
Really?
Yeah, especially for them going up towards the mine because they're trying to build a lithium mine northwest of here, and then they're
Mm.
trying to do one near Amagosa Valley back here near a preserve on the
Oh.
southwest side.
Hmm.
So on the other side of Pahrump.
Right.
So I'm using hand signals and everything. Yeah, I'm used to doing that. But these lithium mines are going to be the biggest ones ever in the world, and they want to start stripping lithium. And so, here
Wow.
recently they just did that. They also did lidar on the gold town up here in the northwest,
Mhm.
and they found out that this mountain has way more tons of gold. So they don't know if they're going to reopen it or not and give tons of jobs. Then they shut down the solar plant that's right outside of Vegas. The
Really?
California did, yeah. That big old bright thing. If you go down the 15, oh yeah, man. Vegas has been in Nevada have been really changing
Yeah.
because it's basically the bigger cities are Vegas and Reno. So basically,
Okay.
Vegas is the biggest, and then there's Reno, and there's little Mesquite over there on the border over there in Arizona and
Right.
Utah and all that. But it's
It's
really bad.
crazy.
It's
Yeah.
bad. It's bad. Tourism-wise, it is bad.
Right. And that's something that I don't think people it's that understandability thing, right? Because I think people are just, if you don't live in Nevada, Las Vegas, you're not going to understand the ongoings. Like everyone can look, from the outside, right? And I didn't know that it was heavily dependent on Canada because you think like around the
I didn't think
US.
so either. Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought US too and Europe and Asia. The Asians have been coming in, but since the Canadians have dropped and other people, especially, from like Hispanic countries, since, the ICE thing, it has
Right.
dropped. But Canadians have been the focal part of what the newspaper said has been their percentage. They had like a 1 point something or 2 point something drop. I'd have
Wow.
to look. I have to look just to get my facts straight. But Las Vegas, Canada tourism number drop
Yeah.
percentage. Let me see what's tell me right now. I know it was an unusual number. Roughly 3 to 4% of Las Vegas visitors and 30% of international travels contributing to the local economy. So yes, Canadian visitors is Las Vegas's largest international market, playing a significant role. Canada
Mm.
typically accounts for about 1.4 million visitors to Las Vegas. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah. So
It's insane.
arrivals to Vegas, we've had an 18% drop. Air Canada passengers to Vegas, a 33% drop. WestJet is 31%. Flair Airlines, 62%. And international visitation to Vegas, Canada, heavy, 30% now of the first half.
Jeez. Ow.
Yeah,
That's
casinos have even announced a 15% drop on their side as well.
jeez. Yeah, because obviously, Las Vegas is not perfect, so it has its issues
Mhm.
too. But it's well known for what it is, all the shows, all the casinos, all that stuff. But at the end of it, it's very yeah, yeah. Some people just don't get it. But Um, well,
Yeah.
certainly, like you said, it's a good time to go if it's a cheap time to go if you have it.
What store? Oh, okay. Sorry, the wife was just talking to me.
Aw, that's
She
okay.
had an issue with her job that I had announced months back, and
Yeah,
well, I got my way sorted, but it's okay.
there you go.
Well, I need a new soda if you guys are going that way.
We're going to Rebel.
What?
We're going to Rebel.
Oh, never
Well, I
mind.
can't. Well, I can't get a drink because my phone's dead.
Okay, cool. I'm on this right now. Thank you. Sorry about that,
Sorry,
everybody.
guys.
They'll bother me even if I'm streaming. They don't care.
welcome, welcome to Family Life with Thomas Geyer.
Yeah. Hey, you said my last name right. You're the one of the first one to keep on a handful that said it right.
Guy, yeah,
Uh,
I was like, well, how do you say this? It looks like it says Geyer there, not Gayer.
it
That
is.
would have
Like
been.
geyser, but you take the S out.
Who's this Gayer guy? What's going on here?
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's crazy. But no, I mean, it's like with my name. Like some people, like I was saying earlier, some people can't get it right either. So I've been right with you. Um, but yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. And he's gone away from the chair.
No. I'm right here. I just got up real quick to hand something. I'm trying to find my car keys for them because
Ah, don't drop him.
no, I don't have my car keys. What? Why does my teenager? Oh no, they're right here. Sorry, got them. Hey. Yeah,
There we
sorry.
go.
Yeah, sorry. I had to get up. Sorry. You see my little Sons of Trump thing?
It's got the yeah. So there you go. It's a pretty nice coat or is it a
No,
shirt?
my Marine buddy, Marine Riders gave it to me in Vegas. It's the
Wow.
best. I wore this when I went to the Trump rally in Trump's administration. I don't know if you can see it all, what it says. But, the Trump administration saw it, and when he went to the Circa, I was standing behind him when he was talking because 'cause they're like, "Yeah, we want you behind us. That's a
Yeah.
badass thing," and, who was right in front of me was Portland Andy,
Wow.
from YouTube, you know what I'm talking
Yeah.
about?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, "Oh, shit," because people came to my chat because I was on Kick. Kick censored me. That's why I left Kick and I came to Rumble. That's when they
Wow.
censored me. Their own headquarters in Australia put me into, a different category,
Yeah.
and then they shadow banned me.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was right there in front of Portland Andy and everything, man. It was awesome, man. I didn't know I was on the stream. My buddies came over and told me they saw me walk up on the escalator.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah.
That's crazy. But no, that's pretty awesome though. That's pretty
Yeah.
awesome. You gotta be a part of that.
Yeah.
Um, especially in front of those people. But yeah, it's funny too because when he was there, that was where the whole no tax on tips thing came from. Is when he was
Yeah.
out in Las Vegas.
Yeah, the first time that's when I went to his rally and got to see him right up close and everything. I was like, "Yeah!" A little bit close, but I got to be closer this time, like feet from him.
Nice.
Yeah.
And then it's like, no, no, sir, you have to stay back behind the lines. Like, come on, man.
Yeah. And I yelled at him. I was like, "Yo, what up, Trump? I love you, man." And he's like, "I
Yeah.
love you too." That's what he said to us. I was like, "Yeah," he answered me. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Finally, the president got to me. Yes.
And then I ran outside because I wanted to see him come out in the limo because they were gonna exit out to go onto the highway.
Yeah.
And man, when they came from downtown, man, they haul ass. I mean, I've never heard the beast squeal tires, but when they go around a corner, bro, they hit it at an angle and they go
Mhm.
fast. There was this guy, I guess his hearing aid wasn't working, and right, and I had to grab him. And the cop was like, "Oh my god!" And the motorcade was coming. He's like, and the cop came over to me right afterwards, and he's like, "Hey man, I just want to say thank you." And I was like, "Why?" And he goes, because that guy was gonna get run over, and I was like, "What?" He goes, "Yeah, man. If you walk out in front of the presidential motorcade, they're ordered to hit you and run you over. That is an order. Like that's how it works." And I was like, "No way." And he's like, "No, I'm not lying. That guy would have been pancaked by the beast." And I was like, "By
Ugh,
the beast?" He goes, "Yeah, by the beast and probably a couple more other vehicles." I was like,
wow.
I was like, "Damn, man, they want to make sure he's roadkill dead. Holy shit." They said that to me, and the guy who's listening because we were talking to him, he's like, "Sir, you gotta watch out next time, you gotta pay attention." He's like, "Well, I didn't know." And he's like, "How did you not know? Didn't you see police officers telling everybody to stop, don't walk across?" Like,
Yeah,
what? Because they didn't care. But man, those guys haul ass in them vehicles. They're like,
I
it left tread
yeah.
marks going out to go. But
That's I just want to. I just want one of these days. I hope they take out the beast and they do wheelies. That's all, or donuts. I just want to see.
Oh, bro, there's no way. There's no way that thing could do it. It's like moving it looks like a steel beam basically moving. That's what it looks
Wow.
like when it goes around, just like it's because of how big and heavy it is.
Yeah.
But it probably could be done. I'm not probably could, you never know.
We need a
Um
we need a big. Okay, so here's what we need. We need a very big parking lot. A few security and all this stuff, and we gotta see the beast do some donuts. All
You
right,
know what?
let's.
I think there is a video at the FBI proving grounds where they done it backwards, woo, whip it around and all that. I know how to do that stuff, but that's some scary shit if you don't know what you're doing right. But whipping something like that's like, oh my god, tonnage. That's
Yeah.
like trying to whip a semi truck around without like killing anybody
Oh
or
yeah.
hurting anybody or destroying anything. I'm like, no. But I
I
can't believe what I found out when they said, yeah, they just run you over.
Jeez. Well, it's funny thing because I remember, they're online. They kind of show like these videos, like I don't know, if it was like some, I don't know if it was a rioting or something like, but they saw like these downtown race things or whatever. And then there was this like they were just showing off doing donuts, and this one car was doing donuts, and some idiot wanted to walk out in there, and he got thwacked. He just got
Yeah,
hit by the
yeah,
car,
yeah.
and it's just like he's still up and walking, but like, what the hell?
Sideshows. Yeah, they show those on Kick a lot.
Wow.
They front page that, yeah, sideshows. I know some of the people that go out and do them. They're dangerous. I have a streamer friend that's like a partner, whatever, Kick now, but he's gotten his car broken into twice already. Even being
What?
blocks away, parking it blocks away. Yep,
Jeez.
they
It
broken in.
Oh, yeah, there's crazy people that will find you if they get it right. They will try to find you, and that's what you
Yeah,
gotta be careful of.
I watched the last one where the group of kids got hit, or they all got hit. They was like, do 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 do, and then Kick was like, yeah, block
Jeez.
for
No,
2 or 3 days.
there was I remember, for the kick when there was the time when I think it was who was it, Neon or something like that? They were driving some, like, high price car or whatever in the rain, and they
Oh
decided to
yeah,
get
through traffic. Yeah,
on his cell
that's
phone.
stupid.
He
Yeah,
was on
that's
his
pretty
phone.
stupid.
Oh my
Oh, you
gosh.
talking about Jack Doherty, he was on his phone, Jack, and
Oh,
he
okay.
wrecked it, the Lambo, and then Neon was in that car with that guy who had the mask on, where they were racing in and out of traffic, like, doing, basically, like, car to car, like, oh, man, that to me, oh,
Oh,
no.
mm-mm. And the funniest thing is, well, I didn't know it was Jack Doherty, but I just remembered it was someone. That is one expensive car. It's like, don't look at your phone while you're driving. Come on, man. It's like a once in a lifetime right there. You're gonna treat it with care. And it's just like, oh, I broke it. It's like you mother fudging idiot.
Like, why would you be driving fast in the rain too? That's my thing,
Yeah,
especially a car like
no,
that.
yeah, and especially because most of the time those cars have only summer tires on. And while they're great for the summer, you try to drive them during winter, forget it. Forget it. Those cars are useless. Just
Yes.
it's like having a puck on ice. It's just you just push it in one direction, it's gonna keep on going. Oh my gosh. I remember when I was working at a car dealership and we got one of those. It wasn't one of those like McLarens or Lamborghinis, whatever. It's just one of those summer vehicles, right? Have the summer tires and I come in and change them for the winter
Mhm.
tires, all the stuff. Well, they hadn't changed them for the winter yet, and it was snow and ice already, and so it came to get an oil change.
Uh-huh.
And the funniest thing was that we could take it. So there was this hill that would lead down to like this wash bay area, and then there was a hill going. Of course, you had to go up a hill as well. Well, funny enough, you couldn't steer in this thing with the ice on the ground. So you had a bunch of people behind it trying to push it, at least steer it in the right direction. And then you had to have people come out and push it up a hill because it didn't have the right tires. And I'm like, what is this? It's winter. This is ice on the ground. Who didn't think of putting winter tires on yet?
Yeah, that's
Jeez.
crazy.
Oh my gosh, it was not fun. But I have seen um like there again going back to like those futuristic cars, there's one car I've seen, it looks kind of futuristic, but it's mostly just a summer car. So it's that Polaris one, I think it is, or Polaxis. It's that three tire one. That three
Oh,
tire
the
car.
Polaris, like,
Yeah.
you talking about, they call, oh my god, yeah, I know what you're talking about. They have them out here.
Yeah, it's two tires in front, one tire in
I
the back. It's like
forgot the
very
name of it.
it's like
Yeah,
a
they
very
got them out
open.
there.
Yeah,
They're
it's like
popular. They're very popular. They're like $400 to $800 a rent.
jeez.
Yeah.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Hmm.
No way. Especially if you want to be like an idiot like Jack Doherty. Yeah, no. No, thank you. Because those things are like heavy to insure and all that stuff. I'm like, I'm not even gonna bother. But no, the with the neon thing though, it was funny because he got that whole thing going on with what was her name?
Sam Frank.
No, it wasn't that. It's just this recent thing. Azalea, Iggy.
Iggy. Oh yeah.
Yeah, I was like, what? What the hell is going on here?
Yeah, I thought they were really dating, and then all of a sudden he had it with this other girl, and I was like, okay, whatever.
Yeah, well, it feels like that because I don't. One, you don't know what the behind the scenes are, why this, it's always it can be always such a drama thing or a showman thing, whatever. But the whole thing was just like, okay, you have this very rich woman who did music but now is in the crypto game, and then you have Neo who's been in trouble all over the place and all this other stuff, and all of a sudden she wants to get and deal with him. First, she's whining him and dining him, gets a like a $300,000 vehicle, drives him in it, drives him while he's in the back seat, no less. And then she takes him on a yacht where she's looking all hot and stuff, and then she signs him up for like a $50 million deal for her company. I'm just like, what do you see in this guy to do that? I'm like, I don't even get it. Like he's like what, probably in his 20s or whatever, so whatever. But I feel like there's really something going on here. And that's what I thought too, is like they were either dating or something like that, because he made like one comment. Like, I don't get this. What is the hell's going on here?
Yeah, I think when he heard what her man has to make half of what she makes, I was like, that's stupid. You're stupid. But
Well,
it's
yeah, well, she was talking about, like, I guess she was in a previous relationship or something like that, so that might have
yeah,
what set that off.
with the rapper, yeah, that's her
Yeah,
fault.
well, she kind of is rappish too, so, her music was like that, but it was just the whole thing with Neon and stuff that was kind of just like, I don't know what's going on here. She's dressed, she's whining and dining him, then she
And she
signs
got
him
to
up for a
deal with
deal.
Rumble, and she didn't try to convince him to come to Rumble.
Oh, I didn't know she tried to do that. I know she does, but
No,
she
she
hasn't.
didn't. She didn't. That's what I'm saying. She didn't, and she should have.
Well, she hasn't streamed to Rumble in months, and neither has Motherland. So I'm not sure if they're either wanting to do anything with Rumble anymore, to be honest. Well, the thing of it was like once they had brought it, right? Once they had let the Motherland and casino stuff all come over, a huge swath of people were like, "No, this is not what Rumble is about. No, no, no," and all this stuff. I'm just like, this is a site for people who got shut down for the political stuff. So why wouldn't you have someone who's kind of shut down from all the other? Because I think she was on Twitch. I think that was all on Twitch stuff
Yeah,
before, but they kind of shut her down. But then again, Twitch is like it's not far off. It's not. You got thoughts on there. There's not really much. There's not really much far from that. It's
yeah.
hilarious. Um, but then you have uh, what was it? Then, obviously, Kick is just a Twitch clone, in that regard. But yeah, that kind of sucks that Kick did that to you, especially when they allow other stuff like the car crash by Jack Doherty. That
Or flag burning.
flag burning, all this. Well, the flag burns a bit of a different one, but I mean, just uh, you know, reckless driving. Reckless
Oh yeah,
driving.
or
Why?
assaults on people and everything. They've allowed a lot of stuff on there. I mean, a lot. Murder, death. You
What?
know. Yeah, they allowed that French guy. He died. He was dead on stream for 4 hours.
What?
Yeah, and then Kick took it, and then they Kick France promoted stuff for products, and we're trying to make money off of it as well. Kick's under and Stake are under investigation big time by the
Ah,
feds in the state of California for racketeering uh, and a lot of other things as well, money wise, especially with Stake. And I knew it. I told people it was going to happen because I was like, Vegas is somebody's going to get pissed off because they're out here promoting steak on their car when it should be kick. And you can't promote other gambling sites out here in Vegas without getting the okay from the big boys.
yeah,
That's the number one rule. And it's like,
the mafia.
oh, they're
Mm.
not the mafia. It's like corporate mafia now. But it's like these guys was like, wait a minute, there's got to be something going on. And when I seen it come back again, I was like, okay, Yeah, and then Kick shut down one of their streamers, Chicken Andy. He was at the race streaming it, and he got hit for copyright for
Wow.
live streaming the race while he's at the race just on a one turn. He got hit with
Yeah.
copyright. And he was like, "What?" And then I
Yeah.
think that was the reason why, because where he was, I guess, pointing at. But I don't know. All I know
Yeah.
is that now they're up Schitt's Creek without a paddle, and I don't even think that's going to be an F1 team next year or in the next
Yeah.
year.
Well, yeah, and especially with the cake thing, I don't think it's gonna. It might turn into like huge fines, just maybe something added onto it. But usually, most of the time, these companies are. Okay, I don't believe cake's gonna shut down if people. That's what people are hoping
It
for.
doesn't make any money. It's just steak that's funneling. It's a steak funneling site. That's all it is.
Yeah, it's a casino.
Yeah.
It's a casino. It's casino funded, and I mean, again, you can look at Twitch too, right? Like Twitch is no different. It's just funded by Amazon,
Yeah.
but they say it's not making any money either. And I'm just like, and yet many people want to be over there because of A, B, and C. Same. I mean, same thing with
Well,
YouTube. A
it's
lot
because
of
their
people.
structures, like I said, UI wise and everything is a little bit better on Twitch. It's
Yeah.
like everybody likes their certain cup of tea. They
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
So, um, I Kick is, but I'm not trying to be in the kiss ass game. That's what you
Yeah.
got to be in at Kick,
Yeah.
especially on the IP2 side or the CX side and all that.
Hey, Amber,
Um,
how's it going?
but
No, yeah, and but I think that's kind of with any platform because I mean, you have the same thing with YouTube, right? Like, how many
mhm.
people do you know that censor themselves because they can't say certain words, or whether now or past, and because of all that algorithm stuff. But I mean,
And Rumble now too. Rumble, it's starting now too with the little clicks, and then Rumble content ambassador creators attacking each other all of a sudden, in
yeah.
some sense. And it's like, are we supposed to be on the same team, or are we not supposed to be on the same team? Oh,
Well,
Warp
my
Lotus, that's my friend.
Nice. Warp. He's got the Donald Trump going on there. Yeah, my thing with my thing with all that is that no matter what platform you go to, doesn't I mean you could go to Odyssey, but you're gonna have that. It's not escapable. There's no way. And of course they aren't really doing the ambassador thing right now too. So that's kind of gone. Uh I guess I get yeah. So for me, it's just like, any platform you're on, just do your thing and don't worry about anything stuff because I'm telling you what, I've dealt with enough drama on the back end, like stuff. I just don't care. I really
Yeah,
don't. And like for me, part of the reason for some of that is that a lot of people still have issues with Rumble, right? They have certain tech issues and whatnot.
yeah,
They some of these people get shot down by long timers because there are true complainers. I won't argue against that. There are true complainers. The issue of it is that there are people who are coming to this platform and they're trying to bring good faith stuff like good faith issues and whatnot. Like, hey, I just came here. You guys got these issues and whatnot. Why can't it be this or that? And then you get these people come and tell them, hey, you know what? Rumble's not there yet, but it's better than the best and all this stuff and blah blah blah. I was like, but
that's what I'm saying. That's why I like Rumble. Like they allow you to go above and beyond because at the end of the day, it's freedom of speech, and you have to believe in it. Like he says, if there's no repercussion to your words, then there's no free speech, only controlled speech.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
yeah.
And
You know,
you could not speak at all and still get in trouble on
I
YouTube. So
just
there's that.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel Rumble. The reason why people don't really want to migrate to Rumble right now and stuff is because it's got the right mindset, but the UI and everything is just not user friendly. And that's what I hear from a lot of people.
Yeah,
It's confusing to them. It's not user friendly, and there's not much stuff out there that talks about videos on daily updating videos. Like
yeah,
there was, and then it quit.
yep,
And I feel that Rumble wants the sponsorship and everything. Look, you already have a team out there that's like that. Cody Dennison, like I said, he was on NASCAR.
yeah. No,
Yeah,
you're
see? And because it's not user friendly. And Warp's told me that before. Like he's told me he would do it if it was more user friendly, and because he can learn. He's a good person. He's a former carny and all that, burn victim, everything. I know him. He's on Twitch's side. So,
wow,
and he's been streaming for a long time over there. He's got good stories and everything. So he's a good
wow,
person to talk to as well.
yeah,
But he's told me plenty of times, if it was user friendly, I could do it, and I could see that because there are some confusing things with it.
yep,
The studio still has issues,
yep,
you know, um, but there are complainers, like you said. There are. I was a little bit complaining on some things because I was like, wait a minute, I don't feel like this is working right. But then I seen it, I tried it. I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try it for the hell of it, and it
yeah,
works. So I'm like, all right, put my foot in my mouth,
yeah,
and that's the type of thing that I'll do if I know I like if I'm wrong.
Right.
But I feel like there's still some things that I feel like should be optional, but
Yeah.
like a 70-30%, incentive for more ad revenue for the creator. Give 'em a little bit of incentive in there, I feel,
Yeah.
but like I said, NASCAR going back to the thing, that's a great thing. They already had the thing. Get sponsorship in NASCAR. You got all these billboards around the track that have the TV cameras watch. Put a billboard or two up. Sponsor a race car. Yeah, see, he does his OBS. See, I do direct our OBS too,
Yeah.
so I understand where he comes from with the bot and everything. And they've got RumbleBot, and RumbleBot's good too. And I feel that RumbleBot needs to build up a little bit more, and they should add on stuff. And I feel that they're going to, but I feel that they're taking their time because they want to make sure it's right.
Well, and,
You
and
know,
the other part too is that Rumble does not have a Rust AP a robust API that those streaming elements can use because
correct.
yeah. So believe me, you're speaking to the choir. I've collected feedback and stuff over a period of time, and what you're saying is not that much different. Like, the part of it is the politics, part of it is the UI, part of it is some other uses of user friendly stuff. It's user complexity,
Yeah.
and that's an issue they haven't figured out to resolve
Hmm.
because majority of the time, right? I've heard from people who stream on YouTube, right? Like, oh, we won't go to Rumble because there's not enough money, not enough reach, which kind of in the sense is true. Like there's not enough reach for edited video content. Streams are the big thing, not edit. Like you post an edited video, you get barely anything. All right,
Hmm.
unless you build up your audience from elsewhere. Shorts, there's no short form content, but there's no way of discovering any content really. And it's sort of just like,
Yeah. The same thing for like Rumble could sponsor these trucks that go up and down the strip in Vegas, the LED trucks. They're like 400 or something or less to rent for hours. So you know what I mean?
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
and the problem of it is their promotion of the political part as well. Almost every stinking time on their front page is what majority of people see, and that sort of doesn't help either.
Yeah, it
But
doesn't, but in Vegas, you can put. Oh, is that mine? Thank you. You didn't have to get that for me. Appreciate it.
oh
Yeah, that's why I tell people, business is business. I see them put anything political and all that on those trucks. Money's money to these people, but they'll put it out there. But Rumble could make so much, especially with Vegas. They could be like, "Yo, Rumble, what's Rumble?" And then these little businesses and these little conventions get the idea, and then it brings them in.
yeah,
The
yeah.
people who are connecting Rumble. Well, it's also the fact of they're trying to build something, but they're focused on a bigger end game right now.
Well, one is that they're publicly traded, so that's one
Yes, that
part, and
publicly
then
traded as well. Yep.
publicly traded, and the other part is like they're gonna like you talking about the money part, but at the end of the day, though, they're always gonna be a slow tortoise. And I know some people say, well, they're faster than anyone, but yeah, but the stuff that's already been done that people point out has been out there for quite some time, and so while they are trying to build from the ground up, which is a good thing, the servers and whatnot, the issue of it still remains is that they're not up to par and they kind of especially when they're promoting something like their rumble rumble studio like against all the other ones out there like it's just not there it's like a very free it's like a free basic like a very free basic
It's
without the
it's
watermark.
it's got it to where you could do multi-streaming, which is
Yeah,
free and everything, which is the other one. Yeah, what gamers use on platforms don't get used.
yeah,
Yeah, see, but I feel that Rumble's been trying to take that drift for gamers,
yeah,
but I feel like they've been seeing this political violence and all this in the news nonstop, so they're keeping it up there. But I do see at night, most times at night, that there's also gamers up there too.
mm,
But I also see people that are not the streamer themselves, and they've got people restreaming them. So it's
yeah,
like I'm like, man, in a sense, I feel like if they're in the creator program, that's taken away because they're not even creating content. They're restreaming somebody else creating content.
yeah.
And it's like, what?
Yeah, you do have those out there in bot streams. But anyway, so it's a little past happy hour. But what happens is that I set aside some time for me and my guest. If they are our content creator, if not, I just say a few words about that. But guests to promote their stuff and all that. And so, give me 1 second.
What are you
I'm
doing?
trying to find your stuff. There we go. Because I found your link space thing. But anyway, this is your stuff right here. There we go. So if you want to promote yourself, good sir, the floor is yours.
Oh yeah, well, you put up all the links that quick. That's pretty good. You're on the ball like I try to be, man. I like that. Yeah, these are all my links, guys. If you guys want to see what I do iRacing and all that stuff. I also get rowdy friends that are kind of very 18 plus on the mouth and what words that they use.
Yeah.
They'll use slurs and they don't care. They don't
Yeah.
care what you have to say. And so I know some people that like that content, some people that get pushed away. So I always make sure to put that in my stream titles. Like viewer discretion advised. If that's there, that tells you, oh yeah, people are gonna be saying and dropping slurs or whatever else.
Yeah.
But I try to keep freedom of speech to let people say whatever they want, as long as it's not threats of violence to people, or harming yourself or your family or
Yeah.
nothing of that. But I do a lot of racing, like gaming and all that, but I also want to travel more towards political stuff too.
Yeah. Well, and the funny thing to kind of mention is that your link space does not include Rumble or Twitter X. So I had to put that includes all your Instagram and Facebook
Yeah,
stuff. It
I
doesn't.
don't even know I had a LinkedIn. If I did, I don't even remember it. So now I gotta
Well,
go.
no, it's from your Stream Elements thing. That's where I got the link
Oh,
from. So what happened was is that you on your Twitter X, you only have your Rumble, right? Your Rumble link. But I went to
oh,
go find you also have a YouTube as well. And so on YouTube, you have all your links on that part.
oh,
And
okay, I get what you mean. Yeah, because they don't allow certain things.
mm,
That's what I'm saying. They've got to fix certain things, and I wish they would. And I
yeah.
feel that they will. And that's what I'm saying. I think Rumble's just taking their time. Instead of rushing stuff out, they want to take their time with it. That's why I'm excited for Rumble Wallet coming up next month.
Mm.
You know, does that mean we get paid faster?
That's a 50-50 at this point. We'll never know in that regard.
Yeah.
But also it deals with crypto stuff as well, which many people still are on the up and up for it. So that's another thing that has to be taken into consideration. If you don't make it user friendly, if you don't make it user friendly and people are like, how do you use it? How do you do this thing? And they have to explain many times over, then it really shows they when they didn't really think
Hmm.
enough on that product. But anyway, but yeah, his links stuff are on both Rumble and YouTube Stride because I do stream to both ends. So you can go there, look at all the stuff. And again, his link space one includes all his other stuff. It's just didn't include his Twitter X or his Rumble links. So those are all there as well. No, again, you'll find them down in the description below. So no worries there. But for my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side or the YouTube side. Doesn't matter which side you're on because I stream to both. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated because not only does it not only is it helping being seen more, like all content creators want to be. All content creators in some form or fashion want to be seen more. It also
Hmm.
helps in having other people on like Thomas, like Tomby, like so many other people. I've had on over at this point. I've had on over 270 plus people so far. So I've had a lot of different people. Eric Conda, again, listing all the military, Eric Conda, cams, whole assortment of military people in different branches I've talked to, and it's just insane. But yeah, any help with the engagement factor on either end is much appreciated. So thank you for that. And I gotta go back to this. He does, but
Yeah, that's my buddies. They say some really crazy things.
we're gonna be careful with this one. But of
Uh,
course, here's my link as well, link tree stuff, because it's just that much easier when you have so many links. You're like, I need to put it in one place. That's
mhm,
usually the helpful part. Um, but the last thing I'll do before we continue on is like I am in the creator program, but I'm not doing all the extra stuff. I just do what stays in but doesn't earn the extra money because I just don't feel a need to anymore. But I am part of a company, Proton, and their partner program. And so what happens is that a while back, I use Proton on a daily basis, so that's how it got into this thing. A while back, they promoted their partner program on Twitter X, or X, whatever you want to call it, and I felt like I had nothing to lose just for entering it. So there's that. But I did. I entered in. It was like 24 to 40 hours later. They said you're in, and they're like, I'm not sure how this is gonna work, but we're gonna try anyway. Uh, so I've been doing all that stuff, and right now I'm promoting their Proton Unlimited. So if you've never used Proton before, The Proton Unlimited plan includes all their stuff. They have Proton Drive, Proton Pass, their password manager, Proton VPN, and Proton Mail. And just kind of a quick thing to go over the Proton Mail, very good against spam and stuff. I have AOL and iCloud and Gmail. Obviously, if you have YouTube, you do have to have a Gmail account, which is one of the things that I think people forget the distinction of. Um, is the is that YouTube requires you to have a Gmail account. There's the link too. But yeah, YouTube requires you have a Gmail account where Rumble doesn't require you to. But yeah, there's that. The Proton Pass allows you to use email, an alias email, which means you could just sign up with the email they give you, and it will direct your actual email. But if they become disturbed or whatever, you can shut it down. You get nothing more for them. Proton Drive is sort of similar like the other drives out there, except your files are your files. They don't look at it. It's not used for training anything. All that stuff. What's yours is yours, and that's it. And then the Proton VPN, there's more you can get out of the Proton Unlimited plan, but they do have a free version, so it's up to you. But again, everything's that link if you want to check it out. And if you do, you get some discount off for the annual stuff. Annual meaning every year, because some people are like, wait, what is annual? It's every year. I have trouble with that too. So, but yeah, it's worth. It's I use it. I promote it for the benefit, not for the money, because I can't get paid from it. But I've probably made a penny, and that's been pretty much it. So there's that. But anyway, it's there if you want on both Rumble and YouTube side. Proton Mail includes, Proton Mail includes. It's very good with spam and stuff. So if you have AOL or iCloud, I would prefer Proton over that. Otherwise, I'm looking at a file, no, an inbox full of just spam stuff after spam after spam. And I'm just like, no, none of that. Speaking highly, John C. Dvorak. I've never heard of him, so I don't know. YouTube is owned by Google. That's why. Well, yeah, exactly. That's why they're well known for having the second well-known search engine, because Google, right? YouTube.
Mhm.
But no, yeah, to find your links was through that, because you go by a different name on YouTube, and so that's why I was able to find you. And it's like, okay, here's links. So I try to get all the links you have, because some
Oh
people
yeah.
forget. It's been a weird thing. Like, if you're on many platforms, like I promote my Rumble one and my YouTube one, but I do know a lot of people, they're on Rumble, but they don't promote their Rumble link because the things we discussed earlier. Uh, or you have people who are on Kick or whatever, and they don't promote their Kick. Again, if you're on a platform, if you don't want to promote it, it's fine. But if you're on a platform, if you're multi-streaming to a platform, promote it. Like, it
Yeah.
doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt you.
Yeah.
Because
That's what I do with my texts from time to time on my tweets. You notice that I'll put different platforms from time to time.
yeah, because I mean, obviously, if you've not been paying attention to YouTube, YouTube has shown that being on one platform is not a good idea. No matter the platform, Twitch has done that as well. I've seen it before,
Hmm.
especially with their e-thought stuff. They really love their e-thoughts. They'll just take them off for a day when they do something bad, and they'll bring them right back on.
Same thing with Kick. Same thing with Kick. They love them, and it's like, man, Twitch used to be really cool for the gamers, and then all of a sudden it just turned into the e-girl horror show.
Oh,
You know,
goodness sake.
softcore porn.
Oh, good. Well, I mean, Rumble's not too far off. It has little bikini streams and all that stuff. So
Oh, I haven't seen any yet. What?
yeah, there are bikini streams. There was one I was shown, because someone was talking about it. It was like a runway, a bikini runway, and there's stuff like that too. So there are some instances of it on Rumble, but I mean, depending on where you're looking. If you're just looking at gaming, you won't see it, but it is in the all category of the live streams. Like, there's all the different live streams. Backed out on accident. Yeah, I can believe that. Um, so yeah, I don't think any platform's kind of free of it, but it's not as bad. But there is a part of it that is here. So say what you will, but again, people complained a lot when the whole Motherland Casino came over, and I was like, "Is this the place to be? The moral and all this stuff." I'm like, "You're making bad arguments when you throw moral in there. It's just,
Yeah, yeah, you are, but
it's like they
but it
have
didn't even
rules."
take off like they thought it was going to anyway.
Yeah, yeah, and obviously, none of that's been, the Motherland and Iggy haven't been streaming for a while. But then again, she can get on a yacht that's worth millions of dollars. I'm like, I don't think she really cares.
Yeah,
when you can when you can get on a yacht and show it off and be like, meh, that's when you know.
yeah.
It-
You're like, oh, because it doesn't matter to me. I wipe my ass with it.
It's like you got FU money and you're just like, oh, look at this, $100 bill. Oh, right there.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
That's how they
But
do it, man.
I I I I I see it and I'm just like, ugh, disgusted. But but no, I did want to ask. I forgot to ask like so there's that center thing inside the track. How does that like a high price pay for doing that, or
What
there's like this grass inland inside the track. So you have the track and then you have this
infield?
infield. Yeah, is that like a
People
high
park
end?
it. People park in the infield. You can camp in the infield. It
Huh.
costs about. It can get up to about 1,000 something. It just depends on what you're doing. You can get a group of people to pay in for it. You get like tickets to the race and garage passes on certain things. It
Okay.
just really depends what people do. If you go to Dega, they have like they have block parties at Dega because it's on a former airport. So
Oh
that's how
really?
yeah, track's 2.5 miles, super speedway.
Wow.
But they've got like block parties like during the weekends and the drivers come out. They always do in the infield and all that and chat with fans,
Wow.
bring beer out there and to them and all that.
I always wondered how that worked because they're basically inside the stadium in a
Mhm.
sense. And so like I mean, is it like security lets them out when they need to leave, or how does
No,
it
they
kind
could
of work?
drivers can go with their people. They ain't got security. These guys
Oh
don't
really?
walk around with security. Yeah, they just walk around with their PR person. No. That's what I'm saying about NASCAR. NASCAR is really the only sport where you can really get up close like this,
Uh,
which basically your favorite driver. You know, they don't try to bar you away. They're all about family and interactions. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
well, that's kind of. I mean, that's kind of a difficulty in itself because you don't really want like you do have that worry of like there's that fan, all right, that's a little too much, or obsessed or
There's
whatever.
tons of cops there, man.
Okay.
State troopers, state patrolmen at these events, man. They
Yeah.
also like Vegas. They have the military that's there helping out and all that for
Really?
like riding people around to get them back and forth on carts, to the track and from out in the parking lot and all that. Yeah, bro.
Oh.
Plus, dude, you know how many fans have guns that are probably
Yeah,
like
I can.
in their car or whatever? Like
Yeah.
nobody be that stupid at a NASCAR race. Them good old boys will whoop your ass.
I can believe it. But no, I
Yeah,
always thought that was interesting
yeah.
because you're in the infield, especially when it's live and you're just like you're right in there, and it's always a
Oh
worry.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's a more surreal experience if you're watching from the infield. I've never watched it from the infield where like on a camper, but I have and what I did was is
mm,
all the star
there's,
experiences. But what I did is I went into the pit crew area where you can
mm,
stand behind the pits in the viewing units. I had a garage, neon garage pass,
yeah.
and I got to watch the race from behind the pits. That was really even better. That's pretty
Wow.
cool because then you don't get to see the whole track, but you get to feel like what it's like in the pits instead,
Yeah.
and it's different. So if you do it from the grandstands to there, so I want to camp. You can also camp on the backstretch. They used to have a pool. You could swim in a pool during the
Wow.
race and a Ferris wheel there, and then during the winter months it was or some whatever months, spring months it was an ice skating rink. You could ice skate
Wow.
while it was racing.
Wow. That's insane. That's insane. I was like, they're doing another turn. Oh, he's coming up. Oh, he's gonna crash in there.
I think yesterday though was the first time I ever been to a NASCAR race where there wasn't a military flyover. But
Wow.
yeah, that was the first time ever. I've never noticed that. Instead, they used 3 Bell helicopters that were
Huh.
like tourism helicopters. Like, what's going on here? I don't know, but I was like, okay.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we're like, so I know get Las Vegas, but there's like do they have a military base within Las Vegas, or is it outside Las Vegas?
Basically, the military bases they call the backstretch the Nellis backstretch.
Yeah.
So that's because it basically Nellis Air Force Base is on the backstretch of the
Uh,
racetrack. Nellis Air Force Base, so the runway's perpendicular and all that. So right there,
oh,
literally across the way. That land used to be the military bases, from what I've been told. So, and they gave it to NASCAR to have. That's why they got the
interesting.
four-way drags there. So 4
Oh,
cars at once.
oh, like the dragster racing.
Yep.
Okay.
It's on the
Wow.
property, a dirt track, and then another track, and then they've got this little track that was Speed Vegas or whatever. But now they have an AI training facility, and they have a mocked up town with an actual intersection with lights, and that's
Yeah.
where they train that little AI cars at.
Wow. Oh, so Elon's out there doing his thing then. No, the base. Oh, he says the base is over by the track, but the track is like 20 miles from Vegas. Oh, okay.
It's about actually 10 miles, but
Okay.
it's still Vegas. It's just upper Vegas.
Upper Vegas.
So
Okay.
yeah,
So where? So you know that sign, right? The one that says "Welcome to Las Vegas." Where is that
South
sign?
End. That's 10 miles from. That's another 10 miles back that way from, or 8 miles back that way.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
so
at the
that's
bottom end of the strip. That's Paradise, Nevada.
really
Real Las Vegas, Nevada is Fremont downtown. That's real Las Vegas. There's little town and corporations of outside of Vegas, but that is right back there. That one is Paradise, Nevada, actually. So that's
interesting.
right at the airport, right outside the airport. So where the
Interesting.
airline is, yeah. So you get to see the Janet flights, Area 51 flights that they
Mm,
have, and all that. They're right there. So you get to watch when they fly in and park and come back out.
yeah. So
Watch all the employees.
what is the difference between Las Vegas as a whole and that and calling that real Las Vegas? Is it just because the age, like how long it's been there, or what is it?
Well, it's that more or less. The strip is all touristy, all that. The
Yeah.
Fremont is, but Fremont used to be drivable, and now you
Really?
can walk down it. Yeah, and they've got
Yeah.
concerts going on all the time. Like during the summer, they have the Fremont concert series that goes on from May to like October, or I think November, and it's like different famous people come in, like maybe like Brooks and Dunn or
Mm.
the Beastie Boys,
Oh,
Smash
wow.
Mouth. Yeah, they've had all types of people come and sing. I think who else I've seen out there that's come out there. There's tons of people. They also got like a downtown event center. They always got tons of stuff going on here, man. Vegas
Yeah.
is always ever going, no matter what. The only thing
Mhm.
that they've taken from downtown is like Life is Beautiful and all that. That was a downtown rave, but like there's like almost iHeart's and another music festival compete at the same time. I think that's interesting when you got festivals competing.
Oh, yeah, it is interesting. Now, because and Warplant says he's in Vegas and I'm 3.5 hours southwest from Chicago. Oh, wow. Well, I live in Indiana, so I'm not too far from that. But yeah, it's that's just crazy to think about because I when I had what was it? It wasn't the husband and wife, but it was someone else who's from Las Vegas as well, and we were talking about like what's the oldest casino there, and it turns out it was the Gold Rush one. Um,
Talk about the Golden Nugget.
I think it's the Golden Nugget. I
It
don't know
could
if
be the El Cortez, I think.
it was either Gold Nugget or something. But I know it was gold was in the
See,
name of it
let me
because
see.
it's
Oh,
like from 1920s, I think it was. But it's been a while since I looked up the information. But yeah, it sort of was just interesting because like you have all these other because what was it? The Tropicana was demolished, and
Golden
um,
Gate Hotel and Casino. Yeah, I was
yeah,
right.
that's right, that's right. 'Cause I knew gold
Golden
was in
Gate.
it. I just couldn't remember
Yeah,
what.
it's still there, man.
Ah, man, that's crazy. But no, stuff like the I know the Tropicana was destroyed. I know MGM was either destroyed or bought out.
That they had a fire and then they changed it. You said like I said, they're always changing.
Yeah.
Everything's always changing. Like yeah, they blew up the Tropicana, and then the other one, the Mirage, is
Yeah.
gone.
Yeah. Oh, the Mirage. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they're
That's
putting the guitar there. They're putting that guitar there. They just put a $1 million fucking Italian boat from Italy inside of the over here in the Caesar's Palace, where the Bellagio fountains. You can take
Logan.
rides in there now. Yeah, it's called the Carbono. Yeah,
What?
yeah.
Man, both of them, they've got to be both the Bellagio and Caesar's Palace. They got to be pretty old.
Oh, they've
Yeah.
been there for a while. Those properties. You got to think about it. The Caesar's Palace parking garage
Yeah.
used to be an F1 track in the parking lot. Yeah, beforehand.
What? That's insane. Yeah, the communities are making no money. Well, I mean, Well, obviously, there's not gonna be a whole lot of money. Well, especially with you talking about the Canadian stuff earlier. So
Well, they're making money, but it's really local. That's why they got the deals going on. The only time they're making money is convention, but the Las Vegas, that's the LCVCCA, whatever, Las Vegas Convention Authority.
yeah,
They have so much money that they stockpiled in the rainy day fund for the last 15 years that they've been building onto their construction thing. Um, then you also got the Tesla boring tunnel that's out here. Now they're
yeah.
going all the way to the airport with
Wow.
above ground and all that. They're making money, but it's like it's just not how like they used to be. They have casinos that they've never opened back up that are like on beautiful properties that these casinos are just holding on to.
Yeah.
Like there's one out on Boulder Highway that the Station Casinos own, and they
Mm,
won't open it back up, and it's a newer casino, and it's like, man, you've had been shut down since COVID, and what the hell? Makes no
yeah.
sense.
Yeah. No, it doesn't. And that's just been again, it's just been interesting because you say about. Well, I think the one thing is like, so what do you think about the sphere then?
I've
Because
been
that
to the
was
Spear. I've been to the Eagles when they opened up. That was, oh man, the Spear. If you want to hear rock and roll without any distortion, hear music that sounds the same wherever you're at, the
yeah,
Spear is it. The Spear is the pinnacle to go and watch a music show. It is. You will not get any other experience anywhere else. It is like it's got haptic seating too. All that. They also got the shows. They got it to where they got the Wizard of Oz playing in there right now, and they
yeah.
replicate a tornado inside of the Spear. They've actually replicated it.
I know they were showing, I think it was Good Morning America was kinda showing bits from that because I was like, "You guys gotta be kidding me, you're doing all that for that such a movie," and it's insane. Because I know they had the Backstreet Boys out there earlier, and they did their whole thing, and that
You
was
you know how many you know how many GPUs they're running on that bad boy?
a million.
They're running about 120,000 or
Ok
120 NVIDIA's top of the line GPUs, 24 hours, 7 days a week.
yeah.
That place has got like over 100,000 plus lights on it or whatever. But the thing is, what their backdrop, it's these like strings
Yeah.
never seen before, and it's like these strings, and it creates the image that goes across, and you can move it like this and all that. And I'm like, I've never seen something like that before ever used. Like when I was at the Eagles thing, it was surreal. I was like, wait a minute, whoa. There are
Yeah.
some good spots. I was on the floor. I was on the
Yeah.
floor seat. So it's surreal, and that's what I'm saying. You got a smell system, a haptic seating system, seats move,
Oh,
all
yeah.
that. And when they've got concerts going on, if you spill some on the floor, they got people sweep it up immediately. They don't
What?
play. Yeah, they don't play.
Holy
When and they
crap.
want to keep that place clean. They want you to have a good experience. So if you actually knock your drink or something on the floor, they immediately get a cleaning crew over there, even during the thing, and they clean it up. They don't wait. Now, towards the end, they'll have a cruise of people come out, and then they'll go in and clean. The Spirit at Global Warning movie.
Paid by
Paid
for
for
a
a
bummer.
bummer. Yeah. They like I said, they 120 a ticket to see some of these shows in there. The Eagles filmed a movie. They're doing now, like, and it's also holographic, so it looks like the people are on the stage. It's yeah. So I'm saying, man, if you got to come to Vegas, you got to check out their shows. It is one of the best at the Spear. The Spear is one of the best. MSG Spear is one of the Madison Square Garden Spear is one of the best ever. It's not the MGM Spear, it's the Madison Square Garden. I always keep getting that up.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That it
I
was the MGM Spear at first.
but it's so insane because it cost I remember when they were putting it up and it cost them like almost a billion. It was a little around $1 billion.
Oh yeah, it
And
was
it was a lot, but my gosh, that thing has become such a just in like the
moneymaker.
well, just on the outside alone, right? Like you have all the things it does on the outside, like for Halloween and holiday events, and then like the emoji stuff. That has become such a thing in itself. Like they use it for what to that adventure. Like that's
You can
pretty
rent it
good.
out too. They have a sign there, and that's a booth where you can go in there and do whatever you want. You can rent out the spear to literally post whatever you want on the outside. It's like over 4,000 or something.
Oh my god. Well, I'm sure they have rules. You can't post certain things, but still.
Well, I don't know. Yeah, I think they do, but
Yeah.
yeah. But their light bill alone is 780,000 a month. Or about 750.
Oh. boy, oh boy, I hope they find a way of getting their own power plant because that is a lot of money.
Oh yeah, but see, that's the other thing. The companies out here, I'm probably going to be getting a paycheck because they got caught raising prices illegally. Now they got to get back over $1 billion in money and all that. That power company raises it every 6 months. Yeah, man, they're power hungry bastards out here. Here in California, yeah,
Do you
bro. They
guys?
don't talk about it much, but it's a bad changing landscape.
Oh, I believe, especially if you have like corporate mafia and all that stuff for all the casinos. But like, do you like? Do they encourage people to put solar panels on their house, or they did demolish them?
Yes.
Okay.
So basically, solar panels are encouraged out here, but if you really want to make some money, you can also get a storage pack and start storing it, and you could sell back to the company, and they'll buy it on the dollar. Basically, in some sense, but you can have these storage packs. Vegas is nuclear powered. I
Yeah.
wish, in some senses, they should be
Yeah.
because it would be a lot better. Like right now, today in the newspaper, I think it was talking about. Let me grab it right here.
Something.
There's
Yeah. It's basically in a desert war plot. I mean, Las Vegas is like smack dab in a desert, and so that's a
yeah,
lot of water.
like right here.
Uh,
Today it's about the water cuts. Water study. That's this right here. What you saw was citrus trees in California in the desert.
wow.
Those are citrus trees. So
Wow.
yeah. So if anybody knows it,
Oh,
the
warp
dam.
lotus. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. That's his name. Warp Lotus. Yeah.
Warp. I said war plot. Apology.
That's it. He's all right. He's cool. He's one of the cool people.
But that's insane. I mean, but it kind of makes sense because, like with Texas, right? I know Texas has probably done that too. California's probably done that too, at least in their desert area. But it's insane.
Yeah,
Like,
that's what I'm saying. I might start doing a thing here about talking with the newspaper every day and
yeah.
reading the newspaper and showing it. I'm thinking about doing that,
Oh yeah, I
especially in
would.
Vegas and stuff. Because like I said, they try to do cost cutting. That if that dam goes below 1,052 feet, the turbine shut down. Yeah, the
What?
turbine shut down. Yeah,
The
that
Hoover Dam?
dam, the Hoover Dam turbine shut down. Yeah, and we're already at a. I can tell you right now, the current levels at Hoover Dam. I need the current level. I can tell you right now what the current levels are. Yeah, I stay into this, man. Like I'm a person where I'm in a vet groups and everything. And my buddies would call me. I told them that there was going to be a hurricane that was going to come into Vegas. That the
Really?
Spring Mountains was going to get changed. Or something was going to be terrific. I could tell by it's just I don't know. I've had this intuition. I don't know what happened, but it's like the Earth can talk. And
Yeah.
if you study it and look at it, like I love science, but it's like, guys, it's gonna happen. Something's telling me it's gonna happen. Sure
Yeah.
shit. 2 years later, the Spring Mountains up here got hit, and it forever changed everything. You know,
Wow.
right now is October 1st. The elevation at the Hoover Dam is 1,057.33 feet.
Wow. So it's pretty close then.
Yeah, it's a
Jeez.
34% drop. It's at level one shortage.
Wow.
It's gonna go to a 1,049. I'm sorry, if it gets to 1,020 something, I think that's when they shut down. So,
Wow.
um, yeah, it says Hoover hydro dam continues, but sustained low levels could affect output. Now, okay, now they dropped it. If the operational reservoir drops below 950 feet,
Wow. That's insane.
yeah.
Because
So
yeah, because what was it? I know there's like I remember seeing somewhere where like Phoenix was gonna get a hurricane or something like that. But it's been funny because there was someone I was watching a video on X and someone was making a mention of like all the, you always see those cloud trails in the sky like a straight line. How they didn't see very much of those anymore, and I was like looking up, I was like, yeah, that's pretty true. It's been pretty clear.
yeah, it has been. It's because they're not iodizing the atmosphere anymore to
Wow.
try to get rain. That's what I say. They manipulated the rain and everything, man. You can't do that type of stuff for seed out here because of the mountains.
Yeah.
And it's higher up.
Yeah.
So,
Because again, I have family friends out there who don't live in Las Vegas, but they kind of live on the outskirts, like suburban. But I mean, it rarely does it rain out there.
yeah. Yeah, but there's a lot of issues right now, like I say, with the water rights. They've got states that basically are so before that were already had pacts before the water rights.
Yeah,
So basically they would be the last ones to ever change their their regulations, but there's no water coming in. It comes from Colorado. It comes from the Colorado River.
Wow.
97% of it, and then smaller tributaries, the other 3%. Smaller
Yeah.
tributaries, and from here, like Lake Mead, from their water thing, they clean up the water from the waste treatment plant and they pump it back into the lake.
Wow.
But also, the lakes had no human contact recently because of algae blooms.
Yeah.
Also because of like stuff that has come down from the Lake Mead wash and everything. Like, there's over 1,200 people that live underneath the city of Las Vegas in the tunnels.
Really?
Mhm.
Wow. I didn't know that. Holy crap.
Yeah, I've been down there several times. I've walked from where the Rio's at all the way underneath the strip to where the front stretches of where the F1 track is.
Well, I mean, and in essence, it kind of makes sense because again, you are living out in the desert, so being underground is what cool and
Yeah,
stuff.
but they're in the flood channels, and these are the channels like it goes underneath the casinos and
Ugh.
the highway, the 15. So there's some pretty artwork under. Like they've got it constructed. Each tunnel is its own, but they've got it pretty well construct down there and how to do things.
Jeez, that's insane. But that's that. I mean, but no, that's a pretty good idea. Like reading the newspaper because like you said, I don't think people know about say like the power thing, and I mean that could be with any state though, but still with like Las Vegas and stuff being like smack
Yeah,
dab in the
they put
desert.
it in there too. They put it in there too. They'll put it in a big old ad that'll be like this big, and it'll be in the inside of one of these sections where I think where nobody reads. That's where they put it at.
Yeah,
So, like they'll be like, "Oh yeah, let's put it in the sports section, or let's put it in the
yeah.
car ad section where nobody really reads." So then, they'd be like, "Well, we put it in the newspaper. Not our fault you didn't read." And it's like, "Okay."
Oh, I'm sorry. Did your reading comprehension not get up to par yet? Oh.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So like they don't really care. They
Yeah.
don't. So, but they've been making money and now they've gotten caught red-handed, so
That's again, it's just one of those things where you don't get to hear that kind of stuff, and because it doesn't make national news, right? If it doesn't make national news, it's not that important. But like for you guys out there, it's important because water and electricity and all
mhm.
that stuff. Like it is insane for all those things, and yeah,
Yeah.
I think that'd be a pretty good idea to try because they're like okay, um, so that's happening out there. And Warp Lotus says, or it's available online on the state government website. Like everyone checks that every day. Yeah, exactly. Like everyone's gonna check a
So
government website every day. Yeah,
somebody put in my chat, AI data centers are looking at Vegas as prime location because of electric grid. That's insane because they use tons of water and electricity. Yes, that's what I'm saying. They use tons of it. Like the casinos use so much of it, but there's so much more. Like that spear is using more electricity than anything else. But
yeah,
the thing is that there's no water conservation. There's not no snow around here anymore like it used to be. Like the earth has changed. And what I feel is going to happen is that it's with this polar shift, and you could tell it's the polar shift. I
um,
feel climate change is real in a sense, but I feel it's basically what's called earth science. The earth is ever changing. It's not
yeah,
really climate change, it's just basically the earth has its changes. But
yeah,
we can accelerate it in some sense if we're not doing things right. And so I feel that we have, but I also feel in some sense like with the polar shift happening, I feel that the West Coast is starting to start getting storms and weather like the East Coast, and the East Coast is going to start becoming like the West Coast.
uh-huh.
And I feel like it could happen, and I could be wrong. You know what
Okay.
I mean? But they said Florida was supposed to be underwater by now.
Yeah, Al Gore.
They said that back in the 80s. They said that back in the 80s, though.
Yeah,
So you know what I'm saying? So like it's kind of it I feel is like shock. Oh, we're gonna grab you. Oh my god. We
yeah,
got you. And
yeah,
then most of it is just like it's got some actual scientific facts, and like Art Bell and how
yeah,
he does stuff. That's why I like how like Midnight in the Mountain, like how he likes to try to keep it like that. And he has
yeah,
inspiration from Art Bell and all that. That's good to have. Like
yeah,
we need to have stuff like that with people having Bob Liazars on and all that other stuff. Said, yeah,
yeah,
45 years ago, Dan Rather did say that Florida would be underwater. Yes,
yeah,
that's exactly what I was talking about. I was just seeing something like that. That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. These AI centers, they want the land because the land is cheap in
yeah,
Nevada. That's in Arizona. That's why they come out here. It's not because that's why it's called prime location. It's
yeah.
nothing more, nothing less. You guys could basically go onto a website called billylands.com. You can buy
Billions.
land in Colorado, California, Nevada, anywhere, and you can get it pennies on the dollar. Like I seen like 6-7 acres in Colorado for like you could pay like 159 a month, and it was going for like 40,000. And I was
Yeah.
like, wow, yeah,
Is it-
see,
That's
that's it.
the.
Yes,
It looks kind of cheaply put together, but I mean, like,
it's been like that, but look at all that land.
wow.
Yeah,
Jeez, that's crazy. 865, but well, that's kind of empty land, but wow. Florida, 995. Wow. I wouldn't be surprised if foreign countries started buying up these properties, but it is what it is.
yeah, like
Um,
one land in California is being auctioned right now. 22 auctions. Like, let's see, well, an acre for $1,265 a bid on it right now for
wow.
at 1.5 acres or 1.05 acres.
Jeez. That's cheap. I mean, looking at that, it looks like a road's going through it, but
Co-
that's cheap.
Here's one right now. It ends in 12 hours. This guy's about to get the bid. Basically, put in its estimated monthly payment 186. 5 acres, Mountain View in Fort Garland, Colorado, $865.
That
6.1 acres for 1,075.
that's insane. We're blues. Yeah. That I'll check that out later, but that is insane. For
Yes,
cheap.
yes. 40 acres. Somebody, Southern Colorado ranch land, 40 acres in San Luis, Colorado. And it
Yeah.
says this auction ends in 19 hours, and whatever the bid is, it goes for it. Current bid is $1,275.
40 acres?
40 acres. Yeah.
It's gotta be motherfucking kidding me. Good lord. Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
It's
But
located less than 5 miles from the New Mexico border.
mm, yeah, that's insane. And yeah, like Warpler said, our Antarctica gained ice for the first time in 50 years. Wow. You can also go down to your local county seat, pay the back taxes on a property, and put a lien on the. I don't know understand that
A
part, but
lien,
that's
a lien as a homeowner. Yeah, you can on properties and certain things, but this is just basically nothing land, basically. So that's why it goes for so much. Even
yeah, because
Aspen Forest, 7.5. What is this going for? 1,125 right now. That somebody bid it on it.
wow, it's crazy. But anyway, it's getting close to the top there, and I know you have to get going yourself, so we're gonna start riding out. But yeah, no, that's pretty. I will definitely
Gotta
check
go. I
it
don't
out.
have to go. I thought I had my league race today. I didn't have one. It's tomorrow.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know, but I do kind of like try to keep it at 2 hours because I do have to set up for
I
tomorrow. I
understand
gotta get
that.
to bed.
What you need to
Yeah,
do is get a good friend of mine on here. His name is Tyler Dohar. He's well known, but he was
Tyler
at the
Doe.
yeah, but I think he's out there watching. But
It's Monday.
his Monday,
It's
yeah, but no, um, he's he was at the Trump rally when Trump got shot.
oh wow.
He's literally beside it. He was one of the first people to speak in Ohio news. He drove all the way from the other side near Michigan and Ohio, all the way to Butler, Pennsylvania, with
Yeah.
his girlfriend. He was literally next to Corey Carpenter, the guy that
Wow.
got shot. But he's been trying to come on to Rumble and start talking politics and everything. I feel that you would have a good conversation with him, man. Like I've been telling him about this, but I told him I'd mention him today because I'm trying to get him on Rumble, and he's trying to get a footing going. And I was like, I think it'd be a good time for you to talk. He's
Yeah.
very influential. Like he's a really good person. He used to be a liberal, and now he's a full Republican.
Wow. Yeah, I've seen some of those kind of changes. Wait, what's his at on Twitter X?
His at oh my god, I don't know. I think it's at Tyler. I'll send it to you
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
thing.
DM me later. Yeah.
Yeah,
DM me
yeah,
later.
because
Yep.
he's a really good person to try to get on sometime.
Yeah.
Like I know
I'm a,
plenty of these people like Warp and them. Like they're pretty good content creators to come on.
yeah.
Like you do a
Well,
good job doing this.
yeah, well, I talked to creators or not. I've been trying to get HellKat to start a show with me. Look, this man is busy, all right? Don't try
No, I'm kidding. No,
to.
Steve, they know me.
But no, I talked to a whole bunch. I talked to creators and not creators alike. So it's again, I've talked to people the world over, with all this. So and it's just about having conversations with people. It's not about like talking to other content creators. You already got enough of those. I'm trying to talk to people in general, because you gotta be able to, and don't let me. Hey,
I give him
uh,
these same things. He knows what I mean. Yeah, Warp is funny.
uh,
I
you,
like it. I
I'll,
enjoyed this today.
yeah, well, yeah, I'm glad to get to have you on and all that stuff. But yeah, it's just I do it because um I just didn't really see it from a lot of other people who did create content because there are a lot of podcasts and whatnot, but they usually again they only bring on people who are within the niche they're going for, or with someone who can bring them status, or they just stay talking to the content creators, and that's fine, whatever. That's the aim you want, but like you have to imagine if you have say like the YouTuber, right? You got a YouTuber with 10,000 followers, you're able
Uh-huh.
to get like a fifth of those people on just to talk with them. That's content like forever.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, you have no idea. Like I'm not there, but I'm not too far from having a year's worth of people. 365, right? But it's not about that. The number for that is great. The views and followers and stuff on my end are like secondary, but for like the how many people I have on as guests is the first. But it's just because of people like you, people like Waruploaders, people like I've had Pudge on, I've had Lumpy on, I've had
Mm-hmm.
all sorts of people. It's just you. I don't think people realize what that means to just have a conversation game or whatever. Because again, like politics, and you got gaming, and you got this and that. It's like I can go all over the place. There's really nothing I'm tied to unless I
I
don't know it.
Yeah, they got on to me the last time about streaming NASCAR races. I tell you the reason why I stream the NASCAR race. You know how many channels they got to jump around to? USA, NBC,
Yeah,
Fox, and
yeah.
people in certain areas can't pay these subscriptions. They're like
You,
astronomical,
oh yeah,
especially Amazon. And so what I do is, yeah, I restream the race at the end of the day, but I'm doing it because I want to watch the race with fans, but I also
yeah,
want to give it to people who can't watch it, who can't see it. And
yeah,
I've noticed people also recently talk about botting. We also have to take this into account. Rumble has a TV app. You can't chat on the TV app. So a
yeah.
lot of people watch from their TV app and will log into their laptop or their phone and
Uh,
talk. So they're both counting as a view.
yeah,
So and Rumble knows this. So
yeah,
um, so that's the one thing, like you said, it's because of people like Pudge and everybody else, that are just keeping content open, keeping content fresh. Chatterbaiters.
hey stuff, hey stuff. How you doing?
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I like it, like I like Pudge's view on things. Like he does his political stuff in a sense of X and then
mm,
in his little ways, but he doesn't like go above and beyond, and I like his views.
mm,
Lumpy is kind of I view him like
50-50.
this 50
Yeah,
50, but I understand in some sense. Like I know he's a former, I think, NYPD officer or something. I feel
yep,
that in a sense
yeah,
with what happened with that Madhouse guy. I feel that he should have been taking a little bit more foray as a police officer and
yeah,
having handled this type of stuff. I feel that he could have been a little bit more into it, like, hey, we don't do this at Rumble, everything else. But Rumble was on the ball, got take care of it. Maybe it was him. So hey, whoever did it and found it out, hey, kudos to you, but also calling it out. But I feel that we should call these people out by name. And these creators that are uneasy about saying their name, don't be uneasy about saying their name. Say
yeah,
it out loud, especially to these predators. Fuck them. That's what I
yeah.
say.
Yeah. No, yeah,
Yeah.
he actually showed it. He actually posted a picture on his profile on X a while back
Mhm.
about him being an NYP, and I didn't know that too when I had him on the first time. I was
Yep.
like, I saw that you were a cop once. He's like, yeah, and that's why he moved from NYPD to Florida
Yeah.
because he
So
didn't want to
shout
be
out
there.
to him. Yeah, shout out to him. I don't know what happened, but hey, appreciate you being a first responder, and everything. Like I have
Yeah,
my differences of what he does, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna sit there and be like, you're a stupid idiot or whatever. I'll just be like, hey man, I don't feel this is right because open communication is better than no communication or
yeah,
attacking each other. Because like I said, I've noticed that recently here. Or these people talking about, oh, can I skip the line because I'm a partner? No, I don't believe Vagabond is the thing is he got probably into the creator program, but I don't think they paid him as a partner because he's not streaming here. There's no
yeah,
disrespect to that guy. I think he's a pretty good streamer on Kick.
yeah,
But we gotta get a little bit more content creator safety wise, especially with families, with these people around and
yeah.
everything else. But I feel that Rumble's gonna go in that direction. I really do.
Yeah, they have to. They need to give people the ability to curate what they want to see, and they just don't have that yet,
Yeah, but
unfortunately.
how long is that gonna go on? That's the question. How long until Rumble says, "All right, something is enough"? Because there are people out here that are even watching Chatterbait on their streams late at night, showing it. So I'm like, my thing is with the freedom of speech, how long do we push it until we have to put like a dampener between
It
things.
it may be it may be when a copyright hits, it may be
Yeah.
when music, anything copyright, it may be when, you have
Mhm.
somebody, like with Kick's done, I mean, who knows? But at the end of the day, it's just like it's on them to provide a platform that everyone wants to come to, because, you can't, you can't keep saying all these nice things of what you're gonna do and then not show for
Yeah.
it. Like,
Yeah,
I get
correct.
I get the Rumble Wallet. That'd be great. If it helps get people paid faster, that'd be great. But the problem of it is that it's a crypto wallet, and a lot of people don't understand crypto. And if you don't, like we
Yeah, I'm
saying, if you
still
don't,
trying to understand it as well.
yeah, if you don't make it easy to use, then people are just it's just gonna be another thing to have on the griping chain. And Rumble kind of does it again. The Rumble does it themselves with the front of the house.
Yeah.
The front of the
I don't
house is
see I don't
perfect.
see a report button. Have you ever seen a report button on Rumble?
Yeah,
Oh.
if you wanna know where the report button's at, all you're gonna do is you go to the
Oh,
default.
yeah, there
Yeah,
is one. There is one. Never
yeah,
mind. It's not below. Beforehand, there never used to be a report button on Rumble. But you are
yeah,
right. It's them allowing the behavior.
yeah.
It is in some sense, but I think it's like I said, they're trying to measure the line.
Well, yeah, and either gonna be forced to, or they're gonna do it on a natural basis, but there's only so
Yeah.
much time for that to be the case, so either you get ahead of it or you get forced to. So
Yeah.
they have only 2 options, either get forced to or jump ahead of the gun. Who knows? Who
Yeah.
knows?
Yeah.
But regardless, again, like earlier, we'll do our promotional stuff and we'll do a few things and then we'll call it for it. But if you want to promote yourself again, good sir, your links are right there if you want.
Oh yeah, no, you already have it, man. Like I said before, so you already had the promo out there. If anybody wants to come drop me a follow, whatever, I appreciate it. If not, it's okay, no worries. I'm not sitting here being an e-beggar or anything. I want to help Rumble grow. I do. I believe in it. Like I live in Vegas. There's tech stuff. Send me out. I'm 100% disabled vet. I ain't doing anything. Send me
Yeah,
out here, Rumble. Get me the tickets, whatever, and I'll go out here to these things and I'll stream to the best of my ability. That's what I'm doing with the race stuff. I feel that Rumble could really get some investment and really get more people to open up. Like today, I heard in iRacing, Rumble. I haven't heard about somebody with a Rumble link in a long time.
yeah,
So, to hear that spark interest, like you got these games too, we could promote in America Truck Simulator, everything
yeah.
else. The future is now,
Mm,
and so I hope that Rumble, allows us to really get out there. And shout out to all my to you doing this and to like all my iRacing content creators because right now there is a racing community on
yeah.
on Rumble. So don't sleep on it. There is a community there and like I said, Siege Outdoors, that's my boy CJ. He's a good person as well, and he does the same
Oh,
thing. My
oh,
Journey
C,
4K.
oh,
Yeah.
CJ.
Yeah,
Yeah.
salty grower. I'm always a salty grower. Yeah, I'm,
Okay.
I'm I'm nursing a hurt arm because he's been having me do World Rally Championship with him. He's been whooping my ass. So
Goodness sake. That's too hilarious. But yes, his link is going to be on both the Rumble side and YouTube side because I do stream to both. So there is that. And of course, well, his link space holds all the other links. His Rumble and Twitter X were not in that. So
yeah,
it is what it is. I think it was like streaming elements is what it was from because again, I got this from your
yeah,
YouTube
I'll have
side.
to go in and fix it. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's been a while.
Yeah. But anyway, the links will be there. Give him a look, and if he's worth a follow, why not? Right? If he's worth a follow, why
Yeah,
not? And of course, for my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side or the YouTube side, doesn't matter which side you're on. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow, anything that helps with the engagement factor is much appreciated because not only is helping being seen more, like all content creators want to be. Like you can ask any content creator, and they may say not, but you know kind of it's part of that ordeal of you wanting to grow and stuff. So there's that.
mhm,
But it also helps in having other people on, like you know, like I've had Stuff Central on. Stuff Central's been on before. Like Thomas here, I've had Tom and Thomas
yeah,
on. I've had other people on, former military, current military, you name it. I've had VTubers on. The ball, the ball is wild, and there's just so many people. Over 270 people so far. So, and a few of them will block me. Don't know why, but it happens.
yeah.
Um, yeah, few of my former guests like nope. So
That's
there's
fine.
that.
I'll come on whenever you want me to if I can. Well, that's fine with me. I
Hey,
love these.
yeah, I'll take it. I'll take it. But anyway, guys, any help with engagement factor and other end is much appreciated, of course. Hold on, I gotta find my. I gotta go back to this. hold on, here we go. There's my link to that holds my Twitter X, it holds my email, holds my it holds a link to Discord, but it's mostly just for DMing. I don't have a server, not interested. I do have a full-time job, so I'm not gonna like stretch myself thin. This is not, I don't do it for that. I do it because of people like Thomas and so many others.
Mhm.
Creator or not.
Mhm.
So there is that. And of course, like I said earlier, I am part of Proton's partner program. You can go to the link, you can see all the stuff they have there. If it interests you, great. If not, that's fine too. Again, it's an option. I don't do it for the money. I do it for promoting a benefit that I use on a daily basis. And again, guys, like there, people get spammed. You get hear stories about companies getting um, hacked and all that stuff getting leaked out with Proton. I mean, they do pretty great job with privacy. Not everything's perfect, not everything's 100%, but that doesn't matter. They have this whole library of stuff that is very useful. And even if you just go look at it and you'll get a better sense of things, it's free. It's free to look at, right? It's like window shopping. But at the end of the day, at least if you want to save a little money, that link is there for you. And, there's that. So I just promote it for the benefit because I want people to be able to have this thing that they may not have know of, and it may be something to go for, it may not, but I'd rather it be beneficial for you rather than a detriment. So there's that. Nothing is free. Nothing is free per se, but and you know what? If it works, it works. If you report it and they do nothing, then it's yeah, I can understand that. I've reported there's been like one channel showing the same amount of like this one channel, whatever, showing multiple thumbnails, same thumbnails, and like report it for spam because there's nothing else to report it for. And it's just like, it's not wrong if they let it go, then yeah. So there's that. But anyway, the next thing I do is tomorrow tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern, I will be having on a gentleman named Bearded Nerd. He'll be on, and I'll be glad to have him. He's also another Rumbler as well, but he's a gamers too, so he'll be on at 9 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. And of course, the last thing I do with my guest before we end this show, Thomas, is something I like to call questions for my hat. So what happens is I bought a hat from Rumble, right? Nice hat. I've never worn. So the funny thing is, I've never worn this hat. All right, I've never.
Yeah.
I just bought it. So what happens is, but I put a bunch of questions in there, as you can see, right? So what happens is that my guest, you get 2 freebie questions. Now, obviously, I do stream to YouTube, but I'm not monetized, so nothing can be done there than saying hello or whatever. However, if you're on Rumble, I am monetized. So what happens is that you in the chat can pay for another question to be pulled out of the hat. So again, 2 freebie questions. You want more than the two? You got to give them over, and you could be $1, $2. I've had people
Mhm.
spam me the $1 and $2 before. It's insane. So let's start with the first question and let's see what we get. My eyes are closed. My hand is in the hat. And all right, where are we at? There we go. All right, here you go. Question number 1. Let's see what it says. It says, oh, here we go. What's a childhood memory that still makes you smile?
Childhood memory. Being on NBC for the Bush Series race in 2002 for Funia, before my dad was alive, when he was
Yeah.
helping in NASCAR for Duke Children's Hospital. So
Wow.
yeah, because I had kidney disease as a kid. Yeah. So nephrotic syndrome. I still have it, but
What?
I wasn't supposed to be in the military, but I
Hey.
fought for that garbage. I was going to prove people wrong. But no,
There you
that's
go.
my favorite memories, being there, like with races with my dad. He's no longer here.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome. But yeah, no, that's pretty funny. It's like, all right, we'll let you in. Okay, we're
Yeah,
gonna.
that's on my YouTube as well. If you look down at my shorts, you'll see it's on my YouTube.
Yeah, that's insane. That's pretty awesome though. All right, question number 2, unless it'll be the last one, unless someone gives a roll rant. That was a pretty good one. What inspired you to create content?
What inspired me?
Yeah, what
Oh
brought you
man.
here?
Well, besides freedom of speech on Rumble, content creating when I started years ago, I don't know. I just wanted to do something, talk with people because I was bored,
Yeah,
and I wanted to try something new I saw, and I was like, maybe I could try it out and see if it works. And it's had its up and it's had its downs, and right now it's on its up. So
there you
sometimes you
go.
got to go through the hard years to get to the good years. So,
Yeah,
but
it's a
yeah,
it's a roller coaster ride. I'd
yeah,
say it's a roller
just
coaster
connect
ride.
with people is my biggest thing.
Yeah,
Connecting and having fun.
yeah. Oh yeah, gosh, it's insane when you can talk to somebody from like the UK, like like Warp Lotus and all the other stuff, or not Warp Lotus. Who was it? Yeah, it was Warp Lotus.
Yeah.
And so many others like
The UK guy was my buddy Anthony. Yeah.
Anthony. Yeah. So you got I've talked to people from Germany. I've talked to people from Australia. I've talked to somebody from Norway, from Finland. I've talked to Netherlands. I've talked to someone from. It's crazy. It's crazy. I've talked to someone from actually two people from Alaska. So I've talked to a lot of different people from a lot of different walks of life, and let me tell you, man, there's always another surprise around the corner. People are wide and varied. Well, there are some things that are similar too. So there's that. But anyway, can't deny that. Can't
Yeah.
deny that. But anyway, again, like I said, tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, with the Bearded Nerd. Hope you'll join me for that. And of course, thank you all in the chat for being here. I know some people. I know what I do is not the most popular thing, but that's not the point of why I do it. The thing why I do it is because it's that connectiveness. It's that very person to person sort of thing. And again, I've talked to so many different people. You get an understanding of like the news. There are some things that are true, and then there's some things that are very news disorientating, if that can make sense, or media disorientating. And you really have to be careful of how to discern that truth, because everyone has a particular truth, and it's not always a true-ish thing. It's a little confusing, but not everything you hear is true. Not everything you see is true, but it's not all far off either. So there's that. Anyway, thank you. Of course, thank you to coming on here, Thomas Geyer, the man, the myth himself. He has a Napa hat. I was like, Napa? Wait, I thought I said NASA for a second. I was like, wait a second.
Napa Racing. Chase Elliott. Hey, what's up? Anything goes on my chat side. But yeah, it's a Napa hat. I got it for free. I went over to Napa and got a partner. Like, well, since you said you're a fan and you're really cool with us, we're only supposed to get these out with $200 orders. I was like, oh, well, thank you. I wore the hat. The next thing, my driver won. So I was like, oh, I got to wear it to the track and everything. But what I forgot to do this week was do the NIS race on Wednesday, because if I would have done that and won, I feel like he would have won. If I would have worn the hat, he would have won. And then he messed up. It's all right, though. I always have a fun time when I go out to the track.
There you go.
Time.
That's all that matters.
Yeah, man.
But yeah, no, this is a pretty nice hat. But yeah, thank you for coming on. Like, yeah, I always try to bring people back on who've been on before, because there's always more to talk about. And good Lord, is that true? Yeah. But anyway, how I end this thing is like, I know you saw an intro music video. There's that, and I do an outro one. It's the same one outro every time, but the intro is always different. So what happens is that the one I end out with is called "One Day with You" by Pogo. That's the artist. And again, I hope to see you all tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern. And don't forget to mute yourself during, because otherwise it'll bleed through. So again, guys, remember, links are all down below on both the Rumble and YouTube side. Appreciate you all, and I will see you next time, everyone. Bye, guys.
Okay, here we go.